Yesterday I read the news, today I've got the blues, 'cause there's people running around half crazy out there. It don't matter to me if that's how you wanna be, 'cause I'm moving back to where people still care. Give me them green country mountains, give me that green country air, where the with people that come and go, it started another flow. This fast city life, it just ain't for me. Sitting on a city park bench, have you ever tried to split rail fence? Ain't as much noise and a whole lot more to see. Give me that green country mountains, give me that green country air, where the isn't this where a fella ought to be? I ain't gonna be a millionaire, ask me if I care. I'm just happy to be living in the country. Give me them green country mountains, give me that green country air, oh, where the water flows like fountains. And if you wanna find me, oh, give me that green country mountains, yeah, yeah. Give me that green country air, oh, where the water flows like fountains. And if you wanna find me, you'll have to find me there.
That bass player for McGuffey Lane, Stephen Reese, really good, solid country bass player. They're hard to find, believe it or not. Most people think that country music bass is probably easy, and actually it's harder than rock, because it's the foundation that walks the guitar straight to the bridge, and there's a pocket there you got to live in, and it's hard to do, believe it or not. And that's what gives McGuffey Lane music that feeling of motion. When their music's going, you kind of feel like you're in motion, and that's that talented bass that does that. Anyway, isn't it funny how we look when desperation begins to set in? I haven't paid much attention to all these people trolling me since I decided to defend a 2-time war veteran that works for NASA, that Ryan Upchurch in a drug-induced, I'm just not going to sugarcoat it anymore, because I had some time to look at some of those live streams he'd done. I never paid any attention to those. And yeah, that dude's on some serious drugs, trying to solve mathematical equations from triangles and just crazy stuff, just nutty shit like you'd see a meth head do. I'm just sorry. It's fucking bad, man. And just manic shit where some word out of context has a connection to Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend, who isn't really real, that's possibly connected to the Kylie Rodney case, and there's all these links he doesn't understand. It's fucking crazy talk. Just fucking out there. And then I had time to, I just searched my name on YouTube. Go ahead and try it. If you want to get a good laugh and see just desperate people. So I run across Stoner, his fucking shit. And he's got like 12 people in a live. And for an hour, they discuss whether my shop is a garage or a shop. I'm not fucking kidding you. Go look. That was their discussion. Was my garage a garage, or is my garage a shop? Well, let me help you guys out. It's a garage. It sits right behind my house. I'm retired. I work on people in the community's cars to offset my retirement. How's it get that bad? And then you got Power Stroke, who thought it brilliant to dissect. I had posted photographs of my Power Stroke throughout its build process. And he had a live with like 11 people, and they dissected those pictures to see if what I said it actually had. And then there's the ones of Patty Lynn saying, oh, we need these men to be more respectful to the women. If these men would just be more respectful to the women, everything would be perfect. Like as if Ryan Upchurch never did anything to Zanime. She just acts like that never happened. He raged on this woman for a month. He didn't stop till I jumped his ass, and he'd still be doing it right now if I hadn't crawled up in it. And I'm not about to quit, Crack Squad. I'm not done, not even close. I've got every clip of Ryan Upchurch bullying somebody ever. And I'm going to be posting montages every single fucking day, relentlessly, until you apologize to this woman, Ryan, because you're going to do it. You're going to fucking apologize to her. I'm going to bully you off the internet. That's my plan. If you want to know what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to bully you off the internet, or you're going to apologize to this 2-time war veteran that works for NASA that didn't do a damn thing to you to deserve your fucking bullying, your drug-induced bullying. And just so you know, Power Stroke, I know your friends don't have the spine to tell you, because they're probably just fucking weak pieces of shit just like you. But you look like an absolute fucking idiot sitting on that panel dissecting the mathematical equation to a triangle and looking for links that would prove Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend isn't really real and Callie is really a girl that's a 30-year-old woman named Callie. You look like a fucking idiot. Let's just not sugarcoat it. You look like a fucking moron sitting there doing that. And so do the other two of you. Father and son's reaction. You guys look like fucking morons. You guys literally sat there and helped him dig through these ghost links that meant nothing, pulling words out of context and trying to turn them into meaning something. Captain fucking Kirk sitting there pulling each word Zanime ever said out of context and trying to fit them in some other place on the internet. Like a fucking imbecile. So we'll just talk about Desperation tonight, whatever you guys want to talk about. I came in from my garage. Came in from my garage. And you know, I will argue for certain there is a wooden sign on the right by my walk-in door, Stoner. Right when you pull in my brick driveway, there's a wooden sign mounted to the side of that building that says garage. Just so you know. You know, so if you just would have asked me, you wouldn't have had to do a whole hour live deciding if it was a garage or a shop or garage. You could have just asked me, and I would have told you. Just saying. So, got a couple of people here coming. Well, you know what? Let me share. I want to share a couple screen caps first. Just take a second. Let me see if I can find these toys. So, just a reminder to Patty Lynn. Patty Lynn, pay attention. Okay. You're right. We need to have these bully men treat women better. Okay. It's a thing. We should, especially if they're active duty military, 2-time war veterans that work at NASA and have a refugee family that was just saved from a war-torn country. We try to treat those people with respect. And so just to remind you. Let's take a look at this one first.
Hang on a second. A equals. Yeah, there's math problems.
I want to see what that. I want to look that equation up. It's we wrote so much shit down, dude. All right, that equation was A equals half. A equals half base and height. Area, base, and height.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots. I'm sorry, man. Dudes. You guys sat up there. Power stroke. You. Father and son reactions. You fuckers sat up there and did that kind of shit for like 6 and 7 hours at a time. Unbelievable. I have seen some desperate nutsack sucking in my day, but that shit right there, unfucking believable. But just in case Patty forgot, you know, she may have forgot, right? I want to remind her how we're supposed to treat women. That fine son of yours you raised. The one that's going to apologize to this woman, period.
like this.
Anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes, anime fat hoes.
Yeah, we didn't forget that. He did that a couple hundred times, Patty. There's a whole kind of videos of him doing that. He called her herpy lip, called her a whore, accused her of child sex trafficking, said she went and hurt this child, screamed and yelled at her on a live podcast in front of how many people were watching? Like 5,800. Nice kid you got there. Probably ought to tell him not to do dope and be on the internet. Because unfortunately, Ryan's friends are too big of nutsuckers to say don't do that. And then the one good friend he has that I know for certain would have his fucking back no matter what. Just the few conversations I've had with him, I can judge a character. The one guy that would have your fucking back no matter what, you shit all over because he dared say what you're doing here is wrong. And then you fucking retaliate against him by threatening never to pay him royalties again after he worked as a hired person. And it blows my mind, you know, just when you think you know somebody, like Adam Calhoun, who'd have thought Adam Calhoun would want to slander active duty war veterans, female war veterans, and slander grieving parents and pour salt in the wound of grieving parents. But apparently Adam Calhoun's down with that. So all I got to say to you, Adam, let's hope there's not another Ryan Upchurch out there that you know, since Ryan Upchurch is kind of setting an example now that you can just delete people off your fucking royalties when you decide you don't like them anymore and you're all down with that. Maybe it'll get done to you now. You know, what did I say before? If you're not willing to defend your enemies when you know they're being wrongfully persecuted, you open the door for that same shit to be done to you. So, Adam, I just hope none of the people you've ever worked with decide to be a Ryan Upchurch. Just saying, dude. The shit Ryan's doing is fucking just pure fucking vomit, dude. And if you're telling me you're down with that, you're a big a piece of shit as he is right now. He's on drugs and he's doing fucked up shit, Adam, to innocent people that didn't deserve it. People are pulling up to their house. People have pulled up in their front yard and taken pictures. Somebody followed her to work, Adam. And I ain't afraid of you either, just so you know. I did my share of jail fights. Not even a little bit. Not even that much. Just so we're clear. All right, guys, come on. Oh, one more. Hold on. Sorry. Anybody has any doubts about the drug? See, I'm getting tired. I'll bring you right back on, buddy. Hold on. I'm getting tired of everybody saying he ain't on dope. Because he is on dope. You don't set up for 4 hours trying to solve the mathematical equation of a triangle while assuming that Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend isn't really her girlfriend, but she's actually a 30-year-old girl named Callie that's related to Callie, the girl that isn't real, that the parents faked. You don't do that unless you're on dope, kids. So just as a reminder, who's got balls enough to tell me those aren't meth eyeballs? Ring out. Come on, crack squad. How many of you crackheads are in here going to tell me that ain't dope? That right there. That's dope. Don't tell me it ain't fucking dope. That's dope. Patty, your son's on dope. Just saying. Just fucking saying.
Ask him, please. Good guys, good gals,
Look at
stand
them
up.
fuckers.
Go ask this fucking
It's
weirdo
frightening.
who the fuck he's talking about.
It's absolutely
Make it look
fucking
like
frightening.
he, was in on it or whatever.
Every day, Ryan. till you apologize every fucking day, motherfucker. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Babel. How's your evening?
Good, man. I just come in from the shop. I had a little extra time. I figured I'd come on here and rant. Yeah, like I said, I just today thought I'd look at how much trolling was going on, and it was just fucking pathetic, the shit I was seeing.
Man,
Like,
did you see that one video where the guy was claiming that you made up the end of your stream last night because the erectile dysfunction comments came out? And I was like, for one, that's not even a fucking crime to talk about ED meds. I mean, every advertisement online is about like something that gets your dick hard. You know, like, Jesus.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's like you're dealing with like 4-year-olds or something. I have never in my life seen people just grasp at straws, you know?
Exactly.
and they can't even get. See, I had this person, I don't know. Well, I think maybe you heard me last night, but I had this dude trolling me. And, you know, I guess Patty and Crack Squad isn't aware that you can put any name you want on a YouTube account. It can be any name you want, like Hair Guy, Psychobabble Rap, right? And this dude's trolling me, pretending to be a girl, saying he wants to come over to my house and beat me up. Probably sent like 15 comments right back to back. So I finally responded with my address and said, hurry the hell up before my Viagra wears off. And
man,
the highlight, whole video dissecting it like, oh.
my favorite video by far from this whole debacle today was Uncle Will with the money on his fucking seat like a 17-year-old after he got done working a summer job. You know, saying, hey, Psychobabble needs... Did you see that one? Yeah, you should pull it up. It's too funny. He's got about $1,000 in $20 bills laying on his passenger side seat, acting like he's a tough guy.
Holy shit.
It's too good. I would recommend everyone to check that one out.
Hey, Uncle Will, I want to give you a little clue. Anybody that carries their money in their hand, that's all the fucking money in the world they got. People
it's a
really
30-second video. I would put it up. It's hilarious.
Do have money, have no desire to brag about it, and they don't carry it around in their pocket. I can't believe he would do that. But I quit watching his shit a while back because it's so pathetic to watch a man his age suck on a 30-year-old's balls the way he does. But he does, man. That guy's you should have seen the pathetic shit he did a while ago. Ryan went on vacation down to Panama, and Uncle Will lives near there, like 2 hours away. And Uncle Will goes racing down to Panama because, you know, him and Ryan are tight, man. You know, he's been an upchurch, you know, ball sucker for a couple of years now. So surely Ryan wants to meet him. Ryan fucking avoided him like the plague. Fucking chased him all around Panama, and fucking Ryan just ran from him everywhere he thought he was going to be. Ryan fucking ducked out just before Uncle Will got there, and he recorded every bit of it like a 13-year-old girl with a backstage pass to Justin Bieber. It was pathetic, and that's when I quit watching.
It was pathetic. Uncle Will was pathetic the moment he opened up his mouth and said, hey, you want to go fishing? You want to go fishing with me? Oh, my God. I mean, that's pathetic. And these are the people that stick up for his behavior. They want to go fishing with church.
Melinda Snow says you're all shit talkers that have to say stupid shit. You're staying stuff out your ass. Sounds so immature. You want to keep shit stirred. No, hey, I tell you what, Melinda, if you want to see some real shit talking, like the good stuff, just search my name on YouTube. It's 4 pages. You guys think I'm kidding? I'll show you. Well, here's, and this one, a power stroke trying to dissect my shit was just fucking pathetic. But search, just go to YouTube and search my name. And I only looked at like the first 5, and they were pretty bad. Pretty fucking bad. I mean, when you got to start taking sarcastic comments out of context to try to turn them into something, you're You're erring on the side of desperation for sure.
They all sound like TMZ. They're like, oh, look at what he said here. He should be canceled. Oh my God. He said dick, balls, faggot. Get him out of here. You know, it's so juvenile, and it's like these soy boy frat boys. You know,
and it's so funny because they can go right to Ryan's page and hear him saying she's a whore, she's a bitch, she's herpy lip, you know. And why doesn't that seem to outrage him at all?
I think the proof's in the pudding. They're playing politics. They got their sides.
They're spineless twits. That's what spineless twits do. Oh, what, you know, rules for thee, but not for they. I'll be outraged if he does it, but if my buddy does it, I'm down with it. Right at him. Right at him, Calhoun. Man, did I have a shit. Man, I thought you were somebody. I thought you were fucking somebody with character. That you would actually be down with Ryan Upchurch fucking an artist over that was due royalties. And I don't give a fuck if you like the guy or not. Do musicians get paid for their work on other artist albums or not? Because I know goddamn well you're getting paid for some. What a piece of shit. I'll bet if that shit happened to you, you wouldn't be down with it. I've never heard Johnny Cashville say a negative fucking word about Ryan Upchurch in the 2 years I've known him. And in fact, the first fucking year I knew Johnny Cashville, I didn't even know he was on an Upchurch fucking shit. Didn't even know. He never mentioned it. Never even fucking mentioned it. But of course, like crackheads, you won't believe that. Well, you'll find out I don't fucking tell lies, and I don't make idle threats. Every day, Ryan, till you apologize, I'm going to fucking stand on your neck. Just fucking embarrass the shit out of you and drag you. All you got to do is do the right thing. You're going to apologize to this lady. You're going to get crack squad off her fucking ass, and you're going to undo the hell you unleashed on her for no fucking reason while being up all night on fucking dope. Man, I can't believe the shit he done to that family. She's still having people fucking with her. Still today.
It really makes you think what people like Adam Calhoun are based in, because he's got to know that this is going on. You know what I mean? Right. So is he lying about all the messages that he preaches?
Good. I don't like Cashville. Fuck him.
Because in his lyrics, the message that he promotes, he would be sticking up for a woman in the military, right?
What? If this was such a fucking bad deal, why is it only when Ryan is backed in a fucking corner, 6 years later, he's backed in a fucking corner, and now all of a sudden, it's a bad enough deal that he has to take Cashville off there. I mean, that's
the point I'm trying to make is
weak. I mean, if it was that bad of a deal, why did it take 6 years to figure it out? That's what I want to know. And like I said, Cashville's not the only one that's getting fucked. You know, I know Ryan didn't actually take it down. Just so you guys know, it's still streaming on all the other streaming services. And every time that shit streams, Cashville's going to get paid. The only place he did was set it to private on Apple Play. So it's just fucking weak shit all the way around. Ryan's not going to cut off that much money. That's his number one streaming album, thanks to the parts. And you know what? If Cashville has one word on that motherfucker, just one goddamn word on that motherfucking whole album, you owe him royalties, Ryan. That's just how it is. That's doing what's right, even if you don't like the fucking guy. Even if you hate his fucking guts, Adam knows just as well as I, the right thing to do is pay him for it. Just the same way you're going to pay, the same way you're going to fucking pay Nicole Arbor for her album you told the whole fucking YouTube she wrote. I'll keep reminding everybody of that shit too. I've got that clip.
So has anyone called Upchurch out, like in the music industry yet?
They're all too big of ball suckers.
Man, that is just crazy to me. I would Adam Calhoun could definitely do that.
Fucking dreamed that Adam Calhoun was a bitch. I would have never fucking dreamed it. Not in a million
Has
years.
Tom McDonald ever worked with Upchurch?
I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is you guys that are all down with Ryan Upchurch pulling this shit, you better hope he don't ever get mad at you if you're on his album somewhere. Because maybe 2 years from now, he'll be mad at you over something. Maybe. Weak. Very fucking weak. Oh, look. Martin says, Adam did absolutely nothing. He did nothing. Adam. Nothing. Does your mom know you're up late? Hey, Adam, or Martin Paul. He says, Adam did absolutely nothing. They expected one man to worry about another man's life. Everybody gets to sit down, work in your garage. Let me tell you something there, little Paul boy. Let's see. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and I walked 1.5 miles. When I got back, I got my grandson ready and I took him to school. Then I went out and put a high pressure fuel pump on a 2008 Volkswagen EOS. And then I went to the doctor's office and picked up forms for another kid that we're dealing with. And then I came back and I put a brake line on a Buick and what else? Oh, and I hauled a load of fucking scrap metal to the scrap yard. And then I came back and picked my grandson up from school. And then I went out in the shop and fucked around with my own shit for a little while. And then I came back in and did some Friday night funkin' on the TV with my grandson. Then I came in here to do this and fuck with you guys. What'd you do today? But you didn't do a fucking thing. Idiot.
Well, Babel, while you were doing all that, I was fucking his mom.
I hope so. Somebody needs to. You know, there's a rumor. I can tell you about the rumor about Patty Lynn. That is a rumor, pretty good one too. You know, I mean, we could go there if we're going to get all fucking petty and refuse to apologize for the shit we did, hurting innocent people. Get some of these questions right. They said it, and the douchers sit at home and have tea parties with him all day, talking about a bunch of freaking far-fetched horse shit is more descriptive of hanging off one's nuts. I'd agree, man. Could you imagine sitting on that panel with him for 4 hours? Well, all night. Some of them damn things were like 5 hours long, I guess. And I opened 2 of them and just clicked it and let it land at a random spot. And it's just manic shit, just fucking manic, where they're taking a word out of context and applying it somewhere it doesn't belong, and then trying to turn it into something, and you know, and a quote from Gotcha Man, taking one grain of sand and making a fucking beach out of it, and just nonsense, pretending that spam emails don't exist. They have literally been trying to pretend that spam emails and spam texts don't exist. They've lied about it so much, I think they've convinced themselves that they're right. But if you haven't ever gotten a spam text or a spam email, then you've never used the internet. No, I got to fucking say, because I get them all the time. And so does everybody else.
And what I got to say real quick is, and to the person that was talking about Adam Calhoun and like how he's not responsible, I'm just more shocked that an independent artist hasn't come out and said, dude, you're fucking up your career. Stop.
No shit.
You know what I mean? Not
I'm
like getting in his
real.
business. Like, dude, you're burning your fucking career to the ground. What are you doing?
I'm going to tell you something to all you artists out there that are on records with Ryan Upchurch. You best get some fucking contracts written in stone and shit. Because if you ain't got them, that shit's not, there's no deal, man. He may just throw you off there someday if you dare disagree with him. Adam.
They're all asking for the links in the chat for the StreamYards.
Oh, okay. Let me put it in there. I'm putting the goddamn email, ain't I? Again. Hold on. Blows my mind that he would think that that's really something cool to do just because he don't like Cashville. What a fucking joke, Adam. What a fucking joke. I'll tell you again, Adam. If Cashville has one lyric on that fucking album, he's owed royalties, whether you like him or not. And if Ryan Upchurch entered into a deal with him, then it's a deal. Isn't that how it works, Adam? Or do we go back and rehash them 5 years fucking later when we don't like the person anymore? What are you going to do when that's done to you now? Since you've said it's okay, what are you going to do when it's done to you now? You ain't going to have no fucking defense. What a joke. A fucking joke. How are we doing? Hello, B. Hey, there he is.
My bad. Sorry
Have
about
you
that.
guys heard
Is there,
Kylie's song?
Have we heard what?
Kylie Rodney's song?
Uh-uh.
She has a
Mhm.
song on like yeah, she has a song out on like
SoundCloud.
Apple SoundCloud. Yeah. I guess it was written at the beginning of this year or something. She wrote it
I didn't
herself.
know that. I did not know that. I never heard it. Yeah, see, Zanime just got a death threat today. Another one, by the way, Ryan, Patty. Another one. Another one. Zanime's name wouldn't be in any of his mouth but for Ryan Upchurch and his
Man, she doesn't been through as much too.
delusion. Meth-induced, sleep-deprived delusion. So here's a picture of Zanime's sister that's been turned into a filthy meme that she just sent me. Her sister. Real fucking proud of that, Ryan? You proud of that, Patty? That's some good shit. Every day. Till you apologize, motherfucker. And like I said, all you people, all you musicians out there just think it's cool what Ryan's doing. All your guys are doing is saying, hey, that's a cool thing to do. Just letting you know. Maybe you're next. Who fucking knows? I would never work with somebody like that.
Have you seen what is it, Bare Bones Reactions? His videos about you.
Nope. Nope. I haven't watched any of them. Troll. I just first looked at him today, like 5 of them. But yeah, I never heard of him before.
He was on here a couple of nights ago trying to argue with you for content.
Oh, was that the fucking idiot?
I thought that's who it was.
Fucking Stupidville about. I got no interest in hearing what he's got. He said everything he had to say on here, and it would sound like a child. Yeah, and did you see the little man child that last night that had a fucking wet his bed over Tony?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was on here then too.
Oh my God, man. I never seen a grown man piss and whine about watching a podcast that he didn't like.
But was on the
fuck are you
panel.
watching it? If you don't like it, why are you watching it?
So mine is echoing. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Yeah, if you don't have if you got a tab open, it might do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just make sure you don't got any tabs open. You know, it's mind-blowing to me. I mean, just absolutely mind-blowing to me that, you know, these people can't see how thin it looks from the outside to people that are rational. It's fucking thin, man. All of it. But you know, that guy pretty much was saying to me, I keep reading a book I don't like, so I want the book taken off the shelf. So I quit. So I can't read it no more. I mean, I don't know. I just, you know, guy does an adult. Apparently, I've been told he does an adult insomniac like podcast where they do like adult related dark humor. Well, what's wrong with that? Especially if it's in the context of comedy, you know. Michelle's worried that I'm going to give myself a heart attack. This time in your life supposed to be chill and relax. Tell you what, honey, when I get ready to chill and relax, they'll be putting me in a pine box. And I bet I can run rings around the best fucking boyfriend you ever had. So bring it. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Every day I'm going to jump up and down on Ryan Upchurch's throat until he makes right what he did to these people. He's going to fucking make it right. Period. I'm not letting up. I'm going to bully him off the internet or he's going to apologize. That's how it's going to end. Just letting you all know now. I'm going to start probably. He says, Keith says I ought to tag Calhoun in every one of them. Yeah, maybe
That is such a good idea.
That Adam Calhoun supports. Adam Calhoun is down with slandering a 2-time female war veteran that works for NASA and her entire refugee family. Adam Calhoun is down with Kylie is not real. She is a girl named Callie, and the parents faked it for money. Adam Calhoun is apparently down with Callie is really a 30-year-old woman named Collie, and let's go ahead and dox her and her daughter. That's 14. Adam Calhoun is apparently down with a 2-time female war veteran's little sister getting death threats because Ryan Upchurch decided to slander her. All down with that. And to all you artists out there that may work with Adam someday, just be it known that he's down with, if later in life you decide you don't like the person, you can just pull the shit down and not pay them their royalties. Totally cool with it.
So I'm a little out of the loop right now. Did Adam actually say something today?
Yeah, he fucking jumped on Ryan's fucking post saying he was going to fuck Cashville and typed his little fucking whole paragraph of support, thinking it's just awesome.
The Cashville's being removed off the record?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Just when you think you know somebody, just when you think somebody's got a fucking smidget of character.
You know,
boom,
I'll
they
share
show you
this
who
real
they really
quick.
are.
Someone,
Again, not afraid of you. Not afraid of you, Adam. Not even that much. Not even that fucking much am I afraid of you.
it really makes you think what the intention of some of these people are, because I've had a friend that knew Tom McDonald for a while, and he told me that Tom McDonald doesn't believe in any of this political bullshit that he's putting out, and it's just to get money. That's what he told me. So, showing their true colors.
I don't know. Who knows? You know, everybody's got a right to make a living any way they can. I'm not going to knock him for that. But, you know, how did we get to a place where we just go ahead and throw all the fucking rules out of the game as soon as a player we don't like enters the field? When did that fucking start? I mean, if we can't have a common ground where we all fucking live and a common understanding of what's socially acceptable and what ain't, we're just fucking animals. We're just fucking animals. There's just no loyalty. There's no nothing. Everything's fake. You know, why would he pay Cashville royalties all this time if he wasn't supposed to? Adam. Which just goes to show he retaliated, Adam. This is in retaliation because Johnny Cashville said, Ryan, what you're doing may get you canceled. Ryan, I don't want to see something bad happen. Ryan, this woman really is in the military. That's his crime. That's what Cashville did that was so fucking terrible. How you doing?
And Patty's behavior has just been equally as disgusting. I mean, just
How do you make
every video I watch is just more grotesque by the minute.
How in the world do you make a video going, me and my son, we are against the way that Psychobabble is treating these women, talking about GP 10 minutes after her son did a 30-minute rant slandering Zanime. 10 minutes later, she makes a video like that. And you just watch it and you go, holy God. Just holy God. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing today, Psycho?
All right, man.
Good, good. Hey, just a little bit of insight on the rift between Adam Calhoun and Johnny Cashville. It's not really related to Ryan Upchurch as much as it is. Johnny Cashville was there in Nashville at the studio when Adam pulled up to do a feature for Haystack. Haystack's homeboy Nashvillian pulled up and made Adam catch the fade. Johnny recorded it. Adam got punked, and Adam still feels a way about it.
But what's that got to do?
It doesn't. I just don't think. I didn't listen for the record. I think Adam's a bozo, so I'm not his fan or nothing like that. But I just think he doesn't really know the context of everything that's going on. I think if he knew everything, he would feel a different way about it. He's just dissing Johnny because he doesn't.
He had me fooled. I thought he was a dude with character.
Nah, he's not a dude with character at all, man.
Disrespect a woman or the military or grieving parents.
He's a bozo just like Ryan. He's always portrayed himself as this blue collar guy. Listen, he's not. He never was. He never was. He was never. He always also portrayed himself as like some hardened ex-con. The dude did like what 6 months to a year for trying to punch a cop or something.
Well,
he's not a thug. He's not really about that life. He's not a street dude. All that stuff is cat.
Right.
It's always been.
None of that really matters much to me. What
no,
matters
it doesn't.
to me is
I agree with you.
Despite his past, is he the type of person that would stand up for what is right? No matter what.
I think if he knew that Ryan was slandering active U.S. military personnel because his son is active military personnel, I think Adam would feel a way about that. And again, I don't like Adam. I think he's a bozo, but I think he would feel a way about that.
Adam, how would you feel if Ryan Upchurch took to his 3 million subscriber platform and said your son was a liar and was stolen valor?
Yep. Absolutely, I think he would feel a way about that. I agree with you 100%. I just don't think he has the context. I don't think he's co-signing.
Well, that's why you get the context before you start supporting something.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I just think he took a chance to take a shot at Johnny. He's mad at Johnny because Johnny was there recording and laughing when Adam got punked by Nashvillian.
So I would say that's proof that Johnny's on the album, huh?
Because if you go back, if you go back and you watch that fight, it's probably still on YouTube. If you go back and watch that fight, Nashvillian hits Adam like twice. And Adam's right there next to him and never really tries to throw a punch when he's close. He keeps saying, "You're running from me." But when Nashvillian was close to him, he never put his hands up to swing. He never wanted to really fight. He never wanted to fight. He got punked right there in front of his homeboys at the studio trying to do a feature for Stack. And Johnny recorded it, and Adam feels a way about it. You ask Johnny, he'll tell you the same thing.
And it's funny how, like, 2 other people have said that Ryan's story about that ain't quite true. So, I don't know.
Man, well,
I know Ryan's capable of completely fucking lying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just like telling everybody he canceled his concerts.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Of,
he didn't cancel his
concerts. No, he canceled his concerts and then tried to fuck the promoters that spent thousands of dollars preparing the shit. And
he canceled it. Yeah. He made a video talking about his tour back in 2021, towards later part of the year. And he said he was canceling them because of all the lawsuits he had involving Nicole Arbor.
Right.
His
and he couldn't
excuse
prove
was he couldn't go on tour because he didn't know when he was going to be in court. But that's awful funny because
that. When have
entertainers
you
like
ever
Kevin
not known
Gates.
when you had court? You
That's
know
awful
3-4
funny because
months ahead of
entertainers like
time.
Kevin Gates and NBA YoungBoy have actually done jail time and have tons of legal issues, and they
No
fly all
shit.
around the world doing shows.
Well,
They even got ankle
fucking
monitors.
Boozy? What about
And then the
Boozy?
legal
Yeah,
papers.
Boozy
He
as
goes,
well.
I have
He's
asthma.
everywhere.
Fucking guys on parole.
Boozy was
doing
just on
concerts.
video last week getting pulled over by the cops, and he pulled out a stack and he told them, "Are we going to jail? Or are we not going to jail? I got the bail money right
I'm
here."
ready to bail out.
Yeah, right. But here's the thing about Ryan, though. Ryan is a bitch. Let's be perfectly honest. Let's not mince words about it. Ryan is a protected, sheltered little suburban boy
Well, he's got a lot
who
of
likes to
nutsuckers
listen to
around him.
rap music in his truck. So he gets on a beat and he pretends and talks like he's really a rapper and he's from that life. And he's not cut like that. He's not cut like that.
When you're willing, you got people around you that are willing to sit on a panel with you and like work out mathematical equations that just fucking aren't even relevant. You are just a goner, man. You're a goner.
And a couple months back when Ryan, and this was only a couple months, he went, the police are following me. They're profiling my friends. Do you remember when he was making those videos?
Yeah, I remember that. And, hey, do you
Are
guys
those delusions?
Do you guys remember when he did the music video in Alabama in the graveyard? And he heard a gunshot from like 3 miles away, and he ran all scared behind a tombstone and pulled out his little sidearm like there was somebody to get him. And it ended up the gunshot was like 3 or 4 miles away. What kind of fucking rapper is he?
Yeah,
Could you?
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about
that.
His delusional mind, and he's like, the police are following me. And the story was so delusional, but I mean, and it didn't make any sense, and you kind of just had to go along with it. And I was like, oh, this is Ryan Upchurch. It must
Ryan
be true.
Upchurch is a cultural appropriator. He ain't no trench baby.
Ever
He's
since
not
the new girl showed up, the dope showed
He's
up.
not cut like that.
Anyway, Boston Nick MMA is up past his bedtime, and he would like everybody to know that half the people in the chat can't stand me. That's wonderful. The more crack squad I can pull in here, the happier I am, honey.
Absolutely, because they're
Come
his
on in.
downfall. The more
Come
you
on in,
instigate,
kids, one and all.
the more that you instigate crack squad to do the stupid shit they do on his behalf, the quicker Ryan meets his demise. So let him come on.
Yeah, they're too immature to know they're hurting him more than I am.
Absolutely,
Doing the dumb
100%.
shit.
You're just giving him the rope to hang him with.
Yep.
But Ryan's not like that, y'all. He's not a trench baby. He's a Southern Malibu's most wanted, is what he is.
See how patio switch that tomorrow too. They were talking about ropes and my baby and hanging them.
And me and my son just have to help protect the women. The women that Psychobabble is abusing, talking about GBing everybody.
He's got his mom talking for him.
Can we all rally together? Maybe a petition to get Psychobabble deported?
I think you should invite Patty Lynn onto your stream.
She came on once and wanted the white knight.
Pull out a fucking tarot cards for us.
She did a fucking white knight, trying to pretend all the shit Ryan did wasn't real.
Of course.
And he did say the girl wasn't real. He did say Callie's a girl named Callie. He did try to solve the mathematical equation to the triangle while trying to leak it to Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend.
Yeah. And as far as Ryan Upchurch like being legit in hip hop culture, he's not. He's not. He's legit.
I'm not going to diminish
his
career.
Culture, but as far as
diminish his career's solid.
On things like Hot 97 with Funk Flex, LA Leakers, URLTV, he's never been mentioned or acknowledged by guys like J. Cole, guys like Eminem.
He's been on No Jumper.
Yeah, but No Jumper is a mainstream podcast.
No
Jumper also had the Island Boys, so I don't know how much credibility.
Yeah, and the fake Drake.
You got me there, buddy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got me there.
He's never been in front of a. I'm going to be honest with you. Let me. Since I'm a Puerto Rican male, I can say this. He's never been in front of a majority black and brown audience in New York or L.A. or Chicago.
I have.
That's why he tried to do that song with Boozy just so he could do it. And I hate to say
Yeah,
this,
and it
any
was
of his fans.
way
like-
past Boozy's prime. You don't see him jumping.
Ryan started a new genre. I'll give him that. He's very creative. But the only reason he did that is because he couldn't actually make it in mainstream rap.
Well, you know what?
So he had
I think he
put
could.
some twang on it.
But you know what? Ryan didn't even start that genre. Ryan's piggybacking off what Haystack and Jelly Roll built.
Well, I'll say this: if
Hey,
Ryan
Young
would have
Buck.
signed the deal with Big Machine, he'd be about 4 times triple platinum. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
take that from him.
Oh,
So,
that's true. That's true. But I mean, as far as that goes, Vanilla Ice went triple platinum.
right. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the hip hop community doesn't. They it's not that they disrespect him. They just don't acknowledge him as if you've been around the hip hop community and hip hop culture for as long as I have, living in Philadelphia, et cetera, you would understand that Ryan Upchurch isn't something that the urban community even acknowledges when it comes to hip hop. It's not.
If you put him on your favorite rappers list, you would be laughed out of a room instantly. I get what he's saying.
Yeah, they would laugh at him. They think he's a cornball. We all think he's a cornball. Speaking of good white rappers are your thing? Philadelphia. Go to YouTube and type in OT the Real. You want to see a real white rapper? There you go.
Well, like I say, there's a lot of good people out there, but yeah, I can't diminish his career, but I'm also not going
I'm
to
not
let
diminishing his career.
overshadow him bullying the shit out of this family and the hellstorm that's been unleashed on him because
I
of
don't
him.
want to. I'm not trying to diminish his career more than I'm just saying.
They're
that,
making memes. They're making memes of her little sister.
Yeah, he's not intellectually
honest. Country.
Ryan's not intellectually honest. It's just like when you brought up when he told his fans that he canceled those shows because of Nicole Arbor, but when the venue sued him for breach of contract, he told the courts he canceled him because of asthma. Ryan's not intellectually honest with his fans. He's been lying to them and manipulating them forever.
I know.
Like he tells them, I'm the best rapper and I'll battle any rapper. He's been invited and asked to go
I wouldn't want to go up against him.
like URL against real battlers like Murder Mook. And he declines. He won't do it.
Dude, you better go listen to his high D shit then, because he's pretty fucking good.
I mean, he's good to what he.
I wouldn't want to go up
good
against
to his audience, but his audience isn't really a hip hop audience.
Yeah, but he's good. He can rap, dude. I ain't gonna take that from him. The kid's talented beyond belief, but what he's doing ain't okay, man.
He's good at what he does.
You got to understand, this family can't defend themselves against a Ryan Upchurch. They can't.
No. And I think it's
being
funny
bombarded from all sides over something they did not do. They barely. Xana May speaks 5 languages. English isn't her native. Her mother speaks 5 languages. English isn't her native. But the younger kids don't.
Yeah.
They don't even
meanwhile,
speak
Ryan
English. So how are they going to defend themselves? How would they go about defending themselves, Ryan, when they barely speak English? And here you are at your 3 million platform with your massive fan base, sicking your fucking crack squad on them. What are they supposed to do? Well, they got a guy like me. That's what.
Yeah,
Patty
absolutely.
Lynn. If my son was doing this, I'd already yanked his computer plug out of the fucking wall and whipped him with it, even if he was 50.
Keep applying pressure to him. Keep applying pressure
because I'm going to make a fucking meme every day. I'm going to fucking make montages of all the fucking bullying he's done, all of it.
Well, you know what's funny is his fans and even his mommy all say, well, we're not reacting to any of this. It doesn't bother us, but yet they turn right around and make reaction videos.
I went to my community page. I had 117 mentions today. 117 mentions today. Don't tell me they ain't watching.
Of course they are. Ryan's reactionary. He's a reactionary kid. He can't help himself.
Yeah.
Babel, you got the game on lock. Don't let up. Never stop.
Facts.
Look at this. Cash viewers, John. You don't even know anything, dude. You just wish you were somebody or something. I don't know. These children act like they know shit about a contract that took place 6 years ago. Yeah, and I'm not kidding about that. I'm not kidding you one bit. I first got knowing Johnny Cashville when that there was an artist that was trying to sue Ryan because Ryan did something to one of his paintings. That Ryan bought a painting from him and did something to it. The guy was trying to sue him, and everybody was trolling the guy. And Cashville was sticking up for Ryan, and we sort of exchanged some texts and started laughing, and we sort of became friends, right? And we casually knew each other clear up until now, like just talk, here and there, like one line, right? It was just maybe a month ago that I found out he was actually getting royalties from. I didn't even know that. He never mentioned it. I was like, oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know it. That's how much he said about Ryan. I've never
So
heard
what did he do exactly? Did he produce that album or something for Ryan?
He apparently he's got some of his work is on there, whatever that may be.
He might. I've heard rumors before, and I'm going to say that allegedly right off the bat because unlike Ryan, I don't attach false allegations to people. But I've heard allegedly that Ryan has ghostwriters.
No, he don't. He don't.
So maybe that's part of it.
I mean, that's irrelevant though.
That's really ridiculous.
I'm just saying, maybe
that kid can whip lyrics off like he don't need that shit. You can't.
Maybe that's what the royalties are for, though. Maybe Johnny.
You got to be willing to acknowledge his talent in order to fairly criticize him. He's fucking.
Well, I'm saying though, he's got royalties for something, right? So it's either producing or writing.
I would say both. I would say both. If he was getting royalties for 6 years, it's got to be solid. Why else would he be getting them?
And if he was writing, that means Ryan had a ghostwriter on that album.
The heartbreaking thing about this whole thing is you can't find anything bad about Johnny Cashville. You know what I'm saying? You can only find instances of him
People
saying, "I want to stick up for you, man. What they're doing to you isn't right." And all he's done is stick up for Ryan. And where is Ryan when he needs him? Nowhere.
Stack and Jelly still fuck with Johnny.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Crack Squad. I know all you guys are a bunch of broke pieces of shit that ain't got any money. So here's the deal. Uncle Will, you want to see that stack on your seat get bigger? I will give Crack Squad $1,000 cash apped immediately if they can screen cap Johnny Cashville saying something bad about Ryan in any of my chats on any of my lives.
They can't do it. They can't do it.
There you go, man. Get to work.
They'll be scrambling trying to do that like Ryan was trying to figure out the formula for a triangle.
Yeah. He never did it, man. He's never said a fucking negative thing about you. He said what you were doing to Zanime was wrong. And guess what? It is.
It's facts, and I'm not a huge fan of Johnny either, but that's facts.
Making memes of her sister now, Ryan. They're making filthy memes of her sister now, Ryan. Patty.
Wonder how Ryan would feel if something happened to his sister.
Yeah.
Same thing.
No shit. Better be different then. I bet if it was Adam Calhoun's son that was being accused of stolen valor,
yeah,
we wouldn't be in there going, "Yeah, Cashville's a piece of shit. Take his money away." Ha 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 ha.
Yep. Oh, I've seen some of Ryan's fans earlier. I don't know what comments I seen them in. Might have been yours, but they were insulting Johnny's kids, saying the kids weren't his, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
My God, man. Well, Uncle Will actually was so desperate, he made a video, I'm told, trying to shame me for being a foster parent. I mean, that's just fucking desperation, man.
I've seen a couple of Uncle Will videos just out of curiosity because they come up, and he's just a simp.
When I seen him chasing Ryan down to fucking Panama, I mean, I it just looked so desperate. I thought, oh God, this guy's a fucking simp. And I just lost interest in him totally.
Do you think Ryan might feel away and started acting crazy because of Jelly's rise? You think
No, I think he started acting crazy when that new woman of his brought the dope in the house.
I think the Blue Ranger.
Mhm.
Gotcha Man tagged her a long time ago. Have you ever seen his video about the Blue Ranger? It's back when his girl had blue hair and she was nodding out on dope in the car.
Oh, every time I
And
fucking see her,
Ryan's
she's
video.
nodding out.
Yeah, she was nodding on dope. He called her the Blue Ranger, and the name just kind of stuck. Shit was mad.
Ryan is slowly becoming someone he would have made fun of years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nature Babe wants to claim that was a joke. Well, hey, Nature, they're real good about pulling my jokes out of context and trying
Ryan
to
Upchurch
turn them
is
into
slowly and gradually morphing into Turkey White.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. If he thinks he didn't destroy his credibility, I don't know what to tell you, man. That video of him manically trying to solve the equation of a triangle is not going away. That fucking video of his eyes so fucking bugged out, they're about to jump out of his head, flipping out because I'm a grown man. I want you to pay attention to me. A grown fucking man got a spam text because he runs an adult-oriented nightly comedy show.
Yeah. And something else to think about in the long run. When it becomes mainstream and really gets out what Ryan did concerning this dead child, you got to understand Ryan's an independent artist. So for Ryan to actually do a tour, I'm not talking about just a couple festival dates or a couple state fairs. I'm talking about a tour. He has to have corporate sponsors.
Yeah, but he ain't going to. He ain't going to do no tour. He'll just go in an arena once a year and fucking put on his own show.
All he'll do is do a show.
They do a real good job at it, man. But his bandmates, I can't see how his bandmates are down with this. I don't see how his bandmates are down with him just attacking a fucking Ukrainian family and just fucking wreaking havoc on their life.
How has the news agency not picked this up?
I don't know.
My audio sound like shit because I'm on like a phone that I just got. I've never used it before. I just wanted to come out and say, man, hey, I'll tell you if I got it wrong. I thought she may have exaggerated some things. I never once thought she was stolen valor. But right now, a buddy of mine who works for the United States military is doing a little expose on her because he can get access to a lot of shit. And I can't believe he's doing it live, but he said he was going to do it. He's doing it. And he's pulling it up right now. It's live. You can probably screen share it. I doubt he cares. And he's sharing it, and every bit of it checks out. Every fucking bit of it, man. From the education.
What's his name?
Triple T. Just
T.
it's not, yeah.
So everything she said checks out.
Well, I knew that from day one because why would she lie?
Yeah.
I mean,
it was all. The funny thing is,
you have to understand, she didn't know Ryan Upchurch.
Her military history was researchable. You could research and find out her military history. That was never a mystery. I don't know why people or his fans ever speculated. I think they just speculated because Ryan told them to. Right. And they were trying to stay in his favor. That was verifiable. Anybody with a half a brain and Google could have verified her history.
Triple T, is it like TTT or the word triple T? I'm trying to find it.
They're just fans. His followers are just fans, and they think they know him or they relate to him, and they don't even know each other. He doesn't know them. They don't know him. And truth be told, just like anybody else, man, at the end of the day, all he cares about is the bottom dollar. He don't give a fuck about them.
Hey, rap fan in here. Who put Ryan Upchurch on? Was it Young Buck?
I found it. Cool. Hold on, I'm gonna stream it, guys. You mind? Let's hear what he's got to say real quick.
He's going through all of her medals right now, and she's got a lot of them.
Yes, she's a decorated veteran.
Yeah.
Highly decorated veteran with high rank.
Get another one here soon. There's a NATO medal.
Let me back him. I'm gonna back him up a little bit.
Hey, Psycho, I wonder how her platoon or her unit members feel about what he did to her.
Got the timeline for a master's. I know it's.
Hey Ryan, you might want to watch this.
However, they bring you on active duty 4 months before and 4 months after. 4 months before you be put on active duty, so you can get everything processed, get ready for schooling, and then the 4 months after, so it's like a depress. Like you know,
yep,
like a debriefing type thing. So where you can calm down.
Crack squad's
not worry about
punching the
going to
air
work
right now.
away. Take those 4 months. Get everything situated.
This guy's YouTube channel is
2
triple
years,
dash
8
T.
months, she
Triple
was on
dash
active
T.
duty, and that was when she went to do her master's program.
Thank you.
Now, the reason why it doesn't show it up here that she has a master's, because this data was
Look at that.
updated
Gulf
on March
War.
28,
Gulf
2017.
War.
So
Medal of Honor recipient.
Yep.
Boy,
that's
is Crack
information
Squad
that you see
fucking
from here
stupid.
up was updated.
Crack
on
squad's punching the air right now. What a bunch
everything
of
I'm showing you
simps.
from here
What a
down.
bunch of
It's
bozos.
updated
Yeah,
every
this
month.
is huge.
All right. Then we go into her
Dating the
combat
average
pay,
idiots.
combat tax exclusion. She was receiving hostile fire pay from September 10th,
Hostile
2009,
fire pay.
August
Crack
18th,
Squad. Hostile
2010.
fire pay. I bet that was more than
And
that $1,000 you had on your
once
seat, Uncle
again,
Will.
Somebody tag
that's her
Patty
Iraq
Lynn and ask her
service.
when she
And then
served.
she was getting it
Hey,
again.
when did you
for
serve in the
January
military,
1st,
Patty? And when did your son do
2013
any service to the
October
country?
31st, 2013. That's her Afghanistan. Combat zone tax exclusion, where you get tax-free money. Same timeline. Iraq, Afghanistan.
Jesus, look at this. Army,
Here are her awards and medals.
Highly decorated.
Army
Adam
Achievement,
Calhoun, where you
National
at?
You're gonna
Defense,
see a row of
Afghanistan
dates over
Campaign
here.
Medal.
A
It all
psycho's
say
anime could whip
2015,
Ryan's ass.
February
Oh, I
8th,
guarantee it.
2015. That's all those are the same dates. It does not mean she got awarded all those awards on that date. That's when it was uploaded into the system. She
Exactly.
has an Army Commendation Medal with a second device. That means she has a total of 3. She has an Army Achievement Medal with a second device, total of 3. She has a National Defense Service
You guys
Medal.
ought to be
She's got an
ashamed.
Afghanistan Campaigning Medal. She has an Iraqi Campaigning Medal with a Campaign Star, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, 5th device. That means she's received 6
Wow.
Good
And
Conduct
Ryan
Medals,
Church called her a fat hoe.
because you get one every 3 years, and she's in her 19th year. So
Absolutely disgraceful.
yeah, so she should be getting due to get another one here soon. She has a NATO medal. She has a National Defense Service Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal with a star,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Global War
What
War
a
on
punk ass
Terrorism
motherfucker
Service
Ryan
Medal
up
with a
there,
star,
too.
Overseas Ribbon, Non-Commissioned Officer Professional Development Ribbon with second device. That means she's been to 3 NCO schools. You go to your first one when you make E5, you go to your second one when you make E6, and you go to your third one when you make E7. And if you're fortunate to
tomorrow
be like
Church will
me,
say
you
they
go
should
to
She's
your
got
fourth one,
combat
you make
medals, and
E8,
Ryan
you go to your fifth
can't
one,
go
you make
sing songs
E9.
Hey,
because
Crack Squad, I think
She's been to
Zanime's
3
little
NCO
sister
schools
could whip all your
for
asses.
leadership.
a psycho.
And she has a
Yeah.
She's
meritorious
got
unit
combat
commendation
medals, and Ryan
and a
can't go
valorous
sing
unit
song
award.
because of asthma.
So
No shit.
that's her correct spelling of her name.
How
Write it down,
disgraceful.
Crack
Woman
Squad. Write
did
it
serve in
down.
the military.
It'll
She
be
is not
interesting how they
stolen
twist
valor.
this.
And I said, if I can prove that she served in the military, I would be more than happy to put it out there.
Thank you,
So for
sir.
all these people that said that she was stolen valor, well, you're wrong.
You better start apologizing, Crack Squad, and it better
Now, I
start
do want to
today.
say this. Yes, I know that when she was up on Tony Dodge's channel,
You know they're gonna call this fake. Say it's Photoshop,
And-
some bullshit.
Because they're
she was
retarded.
being pressed by
I
Ryan
wonder what
Upchurch.
Zanime's unit would think about
She
what
was
Ryan
very
said.
timid.
Mm.
Now, as a sergeant first class in the United States Army, that's one of the most sternest ranks there is.
Yep.
And I'll give you an example. So, if you remember the movie Full Metal Jacket, right? The drill sergeant in the movie, he was an E7.
Yeah.
About 90% of your E7s in the Army have that mentality. Tough as woodpeckers live. They don't take crap off of nobody. They're biting into you like a daggone junkyard dog.
Fucking pit bulls.
That's what most E7s are like.
Yep.
Not all E7s, but most E7s. Why? Because it takes an act of Congress to bust you. You just can't get an Article 15 and they take your rank like that. It actually has to go to Congress, and Congress has to vote on it if you get busted or not. That's why after the 90-day mark of you getting promoted to E7, and it's a running joke among all the E7s in the military, we'll tell you, So I'm just waiting for that 90 days. Because after 90 days, your rank is permanent and they cannot take it from you. And you can just act a fool.
This is pure gold. You guys, we need to all go watch this whole thing tomorrow. And I'm going to shout us. You guys need to go give this guy a like and subscribe, everybody. Man, this was awesome.
Facts.
I'm glad he did this. I knew
Very
somebody in the
insightful.
military would finally come forward. I knew it.
Yeah. I wonder what Xana May's unit feels about what Ryan's saying about her.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to send them over to his fucking house? Knocking on the fucking door with his mom. Well, me and my son, we are about treating, and there's this guy named Psychobabble, and he's having GBs and
Mr. I can't sing a song because of asthma was making fun of someone with combat recognition. Disgusting.
What do they say after this? Like, there's no fucking rebuttal. There's
I don't know.
None.
I mean, they do this every time, though. Anytime you present facts to them, they still come up with something. It's like
Right,
it's
the
never
document
good
will be
enough
fake.
for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll
Pretty
move on to the
pathetic.
next thing, or they'll either say this is photoshopped and faked, or they'll move on and say, "Oh, well, not everybody in the military is a good person. Just because you're in the military, don't mean you can't kidnap somebody."
They'll start attacking that guy now.
So Power Stroke, father and son reaction, Captain Kirk, Uncle Will. Which one of you are going to be the first fucking man that says, "Boy, were we wrong? I am so sorry"? Which one of you are going to have the fucking balls to own it?
Hey, you know what
Let's
you should
see.
do, Psycho? You should make a compilation video of Ryan insulting Xaname, and then
It's already done.
and then you should tag Adam in it, and then you should tag a compilation of this video confirming who and what she is.
Yeah.
Facts.
I would have every time Ryan said she wasn't in the army, play that, and then play that guy naming off one of her medals, and then Ryan
Yep.
said she's not in the army.
Just keep going back
combat
and forth.
Iraq.
Exactly.
Yep.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect.
You could make it pretty short. Well, I don't know how many times Ryan said she wasn't in the army, but
he said it a bunch.
How did that guy get her DD-214?
He's in the military.
Yeah, but that's personal information.
He got it.
He did fucking get it, didn't he? Crack
Yeah,
squad.
that means he has. That means he has security clearance.
Yes, he has. I
he's
don't know
high up.
how. I don't know how he got it. I assume
Well, he's
'cause
older, so he's probably high ranked.
She probably gave him permission.
Possible too. Or
That's-
someone in her unit did.
Dude,
You know her
In Too
unit's
Deep
aware of
says,
it.
listen, hey, In Too Deep wants everybody to know how smart he is. He has figured out that I'm tagging up church.
what did he get, Sonia or Sagna Herpia, whatever the hell your name is, in the comments? What was he reading? What was that then?
I don't know.
Well, if that's the case, tell him I was going to tag Patty Lynn and tell her I was trying to get some top, but that bump worries me.
Yeah, I know.
Like him.
Pretty bad when your son makes fun of an actual cut on one woman's lip, and calls it a herpy bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet she put some herpy bumps on your head, Ryan, with all them fucking awards. I bet she could just absolutely kick your fucking ass.
Oh, you know she
So-
could.
So pull up my
Dude can't sing a
DD-214
song
if
because
it's not
of
private.
asthma.
Pull up my DD-214 if it's not private. What do you mean it's not? It's public information. You can just Google that. That's what the comments are saying. Like, I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know.
Her
I
mother.
don't know how do you come back from this? He's always been the guy who's presented himself as this big gung-ho patriot. I love America.
Yeah.
And now look what he's doing to an active U.S. military personnel with combat recognition, accredited combat recognition.
Look at this
And
dipshit.
towards the duty.
You can't just.
Hey,
I'm
young
sorry.
Ryan fans, you want to be real, you have to send that to John Shippey. We just saw it. We don't have to send it to anybody.
The
Just
only
fucking
thing
saw
Ryan
it.
up to his fans can say in the comments, if you notice, is
What is it going to
Ryan
take for Crack
doesn't
Squad
care.
to
You're
just
not
finally
big enough
give
for
in
him.
and realize that they were fucking
Mm.
wrong? You got pictures
Yeah.
of her in uniform. You got an ABC documentary of her riding with her troops. And you got another guy in the fucking military reading off all her fucking medals. and you got a picture of her in a coat with those medals on it.
Facts.
What in the living fuck is it going to take?
A psycho, I'm not a religious guy, but there's an old quote from the Bible that said, pride goeth before the fall.
You bet it, buddy. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen that take a lot of guys down.
I'm telling you, I just go. DD214 is private information. So the comments, you guys are wrong, actually.
That's not shocking that Crack Squad will be wrong.
Yeah, a lot of that's classified information, which means he has access, or she sent it to him, or someone in the unit did.
Yeah,
I mean, for y'all supporting Ryan
the J
Upchurch.
Catcher says, if you guys watch the documentary, I mean, that would have been enough for anybody with an IQ above 4 to go, ooh, I guess she is.
And all you have to do is go to the
somebody
credits
in
of that
chat-
documentary.
Like
and you can
ABC
check-
News is going to make up a fake documentary
Yeah.
for her.
And if you go to the credits of the documentary, you can check and read all the sources where they got their information.
I know.
Hey, do you see in chat where they say that guy Triple T that was just streaming that actually accused her of stolen valor, and so that's why he went on there to find out and actually debunked it himself online.
Here's the thing: if you know people that are still in, which he probably does, and because he was in for a very long time, he could easily know somebody that can pull up records. It's
Oh,
really,
yeah, absolutely. All he has to do is know a couple
Yeah.
places where she was stationed and call somebody.
Yep, and make
somebody
one
knows
phone
somebody.
call, and he can
Yeah.
pull that. So it's definitely like he can do that, you know.
And people in the military personnel is going to help each other out. I was in a car accident years ago with one of my best friends who was driving, who was a Marine. He was drunk. Not going to lie, we had a wreck. We both went to the hospital. We're inside the hospital. The state troopers come in and visit both of us, asking questions, this and that. They tell me after going and seeing my buddy, "You're lucky. It's your buddy's one of us. We're going to take care of this for you." They were ex-Marines, and he was a active Marine.
A Voice for Hope would like to know why we're posting her info. What's your best guess? See if you can figure that out. Is there an adult in the house that can?
Yeah, we're posting it to
maybe
make Cut Church
work
look
with you
like
on
the
it?
fool that he is.
See, it's already starting.
so I have a
Somebody
question for
commented that
Battle
he had
Matt.
the
Quick
wrong
question.
name.
This
Battle
just shows how retarded they are. It just
Can I
shows
ask
how
a question,
retarded they
Bebel?
are.
Hello?
It even
Let's
said
see.
19 years. It even said 19
Let's
years.
see. So ABC News made a fake documentary for this woman.
How many years ago? So that
The
means that this
military
was
made
all
up fake
planned.
paperwork for her. Somebody made fake uniforms for her.
Yeah, all these people that don't even know each other conspired to fool Ryan Upchurch.
Yeah.
guys
With
can hear me?
Crack
I have a
Squad,
little
I
echo.
What's
know.
wrong with these
listen,
people, man?
In Ryan's defense, he was busy solving the 4th grade mathematical equation
Yeah,
to a triangle.
yeah. Apparently, Ryan said he dropped out in high school, but I'm starting to think he dropped out in middle school because that's like 5th grade geometry.
I mean, Crack
I
Squad
agree,
doesn't even
Idiot,
know that they're promoting cancel culture. They're one of the rare groups that needs to be canceled.
Absolutely. They're nothing but a cancer. They're a cancer.
They are, man.
And I'm
Making
strictly
memes of her
anti-cancel
little
culture, but
sister. Making memes of her little. You guys are just garbage.
Mhm.
You guys are the sewage of
Yeah.
YouTube. Just the sewage.
And have you ever noticed Ryan never has beef with men? Really? I mean, he always goes in the hardest. On
Payback's
women.
12.
He always goes in the hardest on women. Why
Hey,
is
hey, PBR, can I say something real quick, man?
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear something up. You guys were calling that a DD-214. I was in the Marine Corps, 8-year service, 2 combat tours in Iraq. And it's not a DD-214. It's very similar without all the personal stuff. It's called a Declaration of Service and Awards.
Ah,
Oh, okay. Thanks
And
for
you-
clearing
and,
that up.
Yeah, a lot of times you can get that kind of stuff from like a county clerk's office or like, you know,
cool.
like a VA or a veteran service officer department or something like that.
And at any rate, it's still
Oh,
legit.
good.
Oh, yeah, it's very legit. That was very
If
legit.
Adam Calhoun is down with what the Up Churches and Crack Squad have done to this family, then Adam
don't think he
Calhoun's just
knows.
a big a piece of shit as they are.
I don't think he has full context. And for the record, I think he's a bozo, but I don't think he has full context.
So you guys, you just heard that from a 8-year, 2-time combat veteran. Did you say you're a
he's
Marine?
lying.
Yeah,
lying.
I was in.
So I have a question for
Okay.
Babel. So you're telling me, on your own words, you think that if Ryan just apologized for this, this will all go away?
It needs
If
to
this,
start. No, here's what he needs to do. You see,
I don't think it
here's
should
why
go
Crack
away.
Squad. Here's why Crack Squad hangs on to his nutsack. They would hang on to his nutsack while he was banging their mom.
Absolutely.
Literally. And they would cling to it.
right.
Okay.
So the
And he
question
could
was,
raise up and punch their mom right in the teeth. Okay. And if their mom complained about Ryan, they would punch their mom. Okay.
That's fact.
That's how
Right,
bad
right.
Crack Squad is. They're under the delusion that he's watching them all and writing their names down, and they're going to get to go to a big party at his house. So they're scared to say anything negative because they won't get to go to the party.
right.
For
I
the
was going
same
to ask
reason
the
Uncle Will
the
chased him
question.
clear down to fucking Panama while Ryan played tag with him and avoided him.
I
The
don't
whole
think
time.
Ryan
the
can
question
apologize
is
and
the
there's
question
nothing.
is the question is if this was anybody else, because everybody
They'd be
seems
having
like they
outrage.
Dude,
Oh my God,
everybody.
I said
would
So
not
gangbang.
make
Isn't
this
it
go
funny
away.
that
guys,
all of Crack Squad was just completely mortified at gangbang, but they
right.
weren't mortified at
So
what Ryan did to this woman.
do you think basically everybody will be okay if he apologizes? Because I see
He
like if that
needs
was
to tell.
anybody,
Well, I was
if that was
finishing my
anybody,
point.
if that was anybody else, they would get destroyed, canceled. But we're gonna let Ryan slide, and
Right.
they'll
No,
think, okay,
absolutely not. He should not slide. He needs to be
that's what I feel like is going to happen. Because then
legally
people are like,
and
just give him an
monetarily accountable.
apology. Just give him an apology. He'll be okay.
The
Really,
reason
I
guys?
don't think it
Really?
the
matters if he
reason Ryan
Here's
apologizes
is
the
or
reason I'm
not.
saying apologize is he's got to tell Crack Squad, if I catch you bothering this woman beyond today, you're not coming to my party and you're never going to one of my concerts and you're not, I'll see you, I'll delete you off all my content. Then they'll leave her alone because they'll want to cling to his nutsack. But
I
until
don't
he
think
does
I
that,
think
they're not going to leave this woman alone. They're
Right.
fucking
So all he has
juvenile.
to do is do that, right? So is that
But
the
he's
only
speaking
penalty
in
he has
terms
to
of
get?
No,
Is
I
that the
wouldn't
only
say
penalty
that'd be
he
the
can get?
end of it. He needs
now
to
Ryan
suffer
needs to be held
he's going
accountable.
to
get
suffer
something.
the character. He's going to suffer the character crime. He's never going to
He's
lick
still
it.
going to have his dedicated
This put
fans,
a
though,
huge
Psycho.
dent
He's
in
still
his
going to have his dedicated fans,
credibility.
though.
He can no longer portray that he is this humble kid from the sticks. That's gone.
I mean,
He
That's out the
destroyed
fucking
himself.
window.
I don't.
I mean, at the end
I
of the
feel like if
day,
this was anybody
really
else,
just want to.
they would be destroyed. But I think
He's a rich
simply
Absolutely.
bully.
because, hey, you apologize and call off your crack squad, I feel like that's a small punishment for what he has done. That
Oh,
is,
it
it's
is.
just,
It
Yeah,
is.
he needs to be held accountable. The
I know
reason
one
Ryan
person
and
who's
his
suing
fan
him right
base,
now, and there should be others. This is disgusting.
absolutely.
This is disgusting.
The reason Ryan and his fan base have gotten this bad to this point is because they've never been held accountable before.
Exactly.
He needs to be held legally and monetarily accountable for what he's done.
Yeah.
Thank
Look,
you.
I don't
All right,
think
you guys
you'll
have a
see
nice
that
night.
for a
You just
while.
don't come after people's service, man. I mean, that's one thing you just
Absolutely not.
don't.
Or
You don't know
calling
you don't know
a
people's story, and I'd just like to know
No.
when it became cool to call
And
everybody
truth
skull
be
and
told, he
bow or
needs his ass
Yeah,
talk
kicked.
about
it's not
military
cool.
service on the internet.
Truth be told, he needs his ass kicked. That's part of his problem. He's never had his ass whooped. He's a sheltered little suburban boy. He's always been told yes by
Bro,
mommy.
Well,
he's
he's
not
in drug
suburban.
induced
He's not suburban.
psychosis.
He
I
grew up
mean, I
very
hate to
poor.
say
He
it,
grew up in a
Upchurch is
shitty
good.
trailer.
He ain't from the trenches.
Yeah, but he grew up in
yeah,
a
he
shitty
is. See, they
trailer,
were
dude.
poor. They were
Dude,
poor. Which
he's
goes to show.
poor.
Can I just throw this out there? Let me tell you something, Patty Lynn. My mother grew up in a shack with a dirt floor, and my dad grew up a poor potato farmer, and they made sure that their children had a hell of a roof over their head. So it just sounds like you weren't a very good provider, Patty. If Ryan had to grow up in a rambled down fucking mobile home, you must have not been getting the job done. Your kids must have not been priority one to you. My parents would have never let that happen to us.
Well,
My
before
dad
long,
would have
it's going
worked
to be
4
back to the
fucking
mobile
jobs. If it took 4 jobs to have a decent home, he would have worked 4 jobs. So you can quit the noble shit.
Patty was too busy reading the tarot cards.
Yeah. Letting her kids grow up in a fucking rundown house trailer shack.
In a hovel.
I will say, disgruntled operator, I always see you in chat attacking this chick, and you as a former soldier to attack a female soldier like this is pathetic.
It is.
Absolutely pathetic. It's
Yep.
cowardly.
Every day, Ryan, not stopping. Every day.
I mean, at the end of the day, Upchurch is good in like the way a B movie can be good. You know, every now and then a B movie can be kind of entertaining, but it always has a cult following.
I would have never dreamed that I would watch him
he's a gimmick.
destroy his credibility,
He's a gimmick artist.
destroy his reputation, destroy all the good people that supported him like me that are just silent. You know, there's a lot of people that are just like me. They won't speak up because they don't want Crack Squad all over them. I can take it. It don't bother me.
I live in Tennessee. I welcome them.
What this whole thing has done is it sort of pulled back the curtain on Ryan, because he's always portrayed himself as being humble and being patriotic and all this and that. And this has pulled back the curtain. He's really none of that. He's a gimmick artist. He's a gimmick.
Yeah.
All that's a gimmick.
He's a career in the sense that he has no ability to gain new fans. He has no ability to gain a new fan.
$1,000.
Yeah, he's a fugazi.
I mean, who the fuck is going to be a new fan of Ryan Upchurch? When you search his name, it's a certified clown.
God,
on
this
a
is
screen.
the worst. This is the absolute fucking worst.
Yeah, he's a fucking
career suicide, career kamikaze.
And
career
the
kamikaze,
know,
the first
that
ever.
his fucking manager let him sit there on the internet whacked out of his gourd, chasing links to Ellen DeGeneres' ex-girlfriend, trying to link it to Kylie Rodney.
He actually said Anne Heche and Ellen DeGeneres never dated, and he doesn't know who the Anne Heche
And
girl
there's all
is.
these links I can't figure out.
She's been in fucking
panic,
movies
in a
for
panic.
20 years.
He was saying
She's
it in a
got more
panic.
money than Ryan.
I mean, he was
Anne
literally
Heche has
panicking.
more money than Ryan. A lot more money.
Someone in the
Now,
comments said not one of you would say this to Ryan's face.
No, I would
it
say
right
to his face. Listen, I just want to say this real quick. There was a point in my life where, when I was young, grew up around a lot of drugs, and I did partake. There was a period where I stayed up 7 days. I'm not saying that because I'm proud of that. I joined the military. I changed my life around after that. But what I will say is, when you are possibly on something, and I'm not saying Ryan is 100%, what I will say is, when you're on something, you're not the same person as you would be if you're off of it. So you can't really compare somebody and say that they're a bad person while they're either like drinking or strung out, and because when you're sober, you're kind of a different person, right?
Yep.
Right.
Can I interject real quick? The only
But you know what?
problem is
Part
his
of getting
mom
better
buying
is
into
being
this.
held accountable for the things you've done wrong.
Listen,
No, I agree. You have to go. You have to apologize, like when you fuck people, right? Like I had to go back. I stole a bunch of shit from my fucking family because I was all strung out. Right. I'm not proud of it, but I did that. I had to go back and apologize. You know what I mean? Like,
I had to go back and humble yourself and
stupid
make
shit.
things right.
Right.
Just so we're clear, with Crack Squad, I know you guys are juvenile and everything. See, I know you guys have heard me mention that I dealt with a drug addicted son for 14 years, and there's this look, okay, that when you see it, you don't forget it, and it looks like this. Let me just show you.
Yes, sir. It looks like a demon.
Just like that. That's what it looks like.
He spun out.
See how there's the pupil is completely dilated at 100% in bright light.
Pull up that.
If he was in a motor vehicle right now, he would be arrested for DUI and searched for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
There was that other
he wouldn't
picture.
pass the flashlight test, where they shine a light in your eye.
I agree with what you're saying, but why is his mom on drugs then too? Like they're both.
Why
like
would she come out and support this shit?
That's what I'm saying.
I
like,
think
it's gotta
she's
be
just one of
deeper than
those
this
moms
shit.
who are going to co-sign her son no matter what.
Well, she lives off of him, so
if her son gets an F on a test, it's the teacher's fault, not because Ryan didn't study.
You know what? My
That's the
mom
kind
would
of
probably
mom she-
appreciate me buying her a house, but you know what she would never do? She would have never accepted money from me. She would have been too proud. She would have probably appreciated me buying her a house for sure.
That's why
But
say
if I
Ryan.
tried to hand her money or pay her way in life, she wouldn't have had it. She would.
That's why I said earlier
no.
that Ryan wouldn't cut like that. Ryan came up soft. He came up soft. He had a mommy that protected him and still protects him.
Yes,
He came up
Shawnee,
soft.
I do. Shawnee would like to know if I have the nerve to criticize a mom of Ryan, but his sons do drugs and went to prison to escape their. See, my son's going to prison for drugs has not a fucking thing to do with Ryan Upchurch attacking an innocent two-time female war veteran, accusing her of stolen valor, and then unleashing his fucking crack squad to wreak havoc on her entire life, including her nieces, her mom, and her sister that just escaped a war-torn country, Shawnee. You see, that's why I don't have any problem criticizing shit stains that would do something like that.
Look at Shawnee's comments. How come every time you put one of Upchurch's fans' comments up on the screen, it's all grammatically fucked? Like they can't form a sentence. What the fuck is up with
that? Do you understand? They believed his story. They believed that 3 YouTubers, that Ryan, okay, there's 380 million people in America that could have done something to this child. And they subscribed to the silly notion that Ryan Upchurch bumped into the exact 3 people that did something to this child on a goddamn true crime podcast.
Yeah.
They think ex-anime scuba diving underwater.
They think the guy who couldn't figure out the formula for a triangle can solve a murder from his bedroom.
Right.
Hey, Willow, thanks for that link, man. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, well, I was gonna say
bro.
she's over in the chat right now too. She's over in this chat. So
did you tell her we streamed it?
basically, yeah, I told him, and he didn't seem to give a shit. He's hardly a striker. I mean, I'm sure he'll appreciate the shout outs and subs, but I mean, he ain't gonna strike. He's a good dude. But no, so here's the deal. He works for the federal government. He did his 20 some odd years. He was in for the long haul. Like I vouch for that dude 100%. I know him outside of this whole YouTube thing.
ABC Lyrical would like to say, you believe this story, you fucking dumb. Well, I believe
so basically he retired with the military
for like 6 hours.
Job with
yeah, pretty much what happened.
Like 6 hours,
Yeah,
and
that
then I
makes
was
sense.
so
That's
fucking ashamed
normal.
and so embarrassed when I found out he was full of shit. I made a massive apology.
I'm originally from the Northern Virginia, D.C. area, and I lived around a lot of people who were like that. They do their whole career in the military, then they retire.
Take like a civilian government job.
Yeah, I blocked you like a pussy because you acted like one. If you act like
normal.
a pussy, you get blocked
That's
like a pussy.
the way most of my family is.
Yeah.
Both of my uncles retired from here in Alabama from Fort McClellan. And then when you leave Fort McClellan, if you put in your 20 there, more than likely you'll get picked up by Redstone Arsenal or whatever, which basically does all the metals for the tanks and the Abrams and shit and the Black Hawk choppers.
Yeah.
So it's like a civilian contractor thing, but you still get the blue government tag and all the perks and still get your retirement pensions.
You basically just have a private sector job with the government.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. A private sector Fed job. So is he supposed to be looking that up?
Poor white trash angel would like to say Xaname X didn't tell anyone that she worked for NASA, and that's true. It was dug up and released. Xaname never offered that. Again, she didn't know who the fuck Ryan Upchurch was. She showed up on a true crime podcast
created by his fans.
Out a fucking random and made up every single smidget of what he said about her. Every fucking word of it was fucking made up.
Yo, Cuck Squad's punching the air right now.
To be honest, man, I wasn't even going to mention it. We had waited a couple of days to see what Tim found when he got back to work on Monday. And the whole time, and that was the other thing I wanted to say real quick, too, was he didn't doubt her. And he even said that basically what happened is a couple buddies of mine who are over in the music reactionary side of shit, they've now got involved in this, too, like everybody else on YouTube. And it kind of dwindled them into this. I'm going to be honest with you. A few of them weren't real happy, and they took the church stance and didn't agree with his storyline. But, of course, they erred on that side of caution and were kind of, I guess, a little pissy with Tony and fucking Psycho. I stayed out of them like, look, dude, I'm not going to get into semantics about bitching about whose humor is too dark. And wait, just stop that shit. I don't care about jokes. That's just – I'm not – I've blasted somebody for a crude joke in the true crime community one time, and it wasn't about the joke. I blasted him for being a hypocrite about calling somebody else out about doing the same shit. Different thing.
Right.
But so, that's kind of how he got involved. Perplex QT is a pretty big true crime channel. She shared one of the videos. Ultimately, a whole bunch of people went to Tim and said, hey, man, they're talking about you and your military on here. You might want to come check this out. He hops on the panel, and basically they question about Xaname. Well, he pulls up what he has. Well, the problem is the name was misspelled. It was spelled with an I, not a Y. So
Told wants to say he's blaming Ryan's mom for his actions. No, I'm blaming Ryan's mom for her actions. Not Ryan. for
for
her
enabling
actions.
it. For
Instead of her
enabling his
coming on
behavior.
and saying, hey, we support military over here at Ghost Ranch. We aren't down with being mean to women over here at Ghost Ranch. We respect women in the military over here at Ghost Ranch. We don't dox minors over here at Ghost Ranch. We don't support the salt and wounds of grieving parents over here at Ghost Ranch.
I
She
gotta
didn't
say
do that.
one thing,
That ain't
man.
what she did. She came on and said, my son is a good man. And everything he says,
And
comes
you
from
know,
his
hey,
heart.
Bible,
And it
you
just
know,
comes from his heart. And we're just here to
yeah.
say treat the women fairly and don't
And
say gangbang.
hey, Bible, you know, a lot of people, it all
Yeah,
ties
check this shit
together.
out.
All these traits tie together because if you notice, people that are doing illicit drugs or medications or whatever normally have somebody in their life who enables that behavior. And what Patty Lynn is doing is just enabling Ryan's behavior. She enables him.
Dude, there's something with the tarot cards and her weird behavior too. It's all fucking
I'm
tied
telling you right
together.
now,
It's
They're
all
all
in
having
it.
a mental breakdown at once, and it's very
Being the
peculiar.
nobody that I am, if I went on and was literally just fucking frying my credibility, my mother would have came and knocked me upside my fucking head.
Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Well, they're 100% dependent on him. And you see what happens when someone tells him no, they get kicked off his fucking record and they lose their royalties. They get kicked out of the house and told to fucking leave. You can't tell Ryan no.
You know what? Truth be told, when it regards the music industry, even these big, huge, multi-platinum artists are signed to
Hey,
major
Cliff,
labels.
that'll be fine because that's why I'm
Have
here.
to
I
do
just want
world
Cliff. Let me
tours
just
to
settle
really
things
make
with
money.
Cliff here.
You
Cliff said
understand what
the
I'm saying?
second Grandpa
And Ryan
stops
doesn't
posting
support
about
that.
Ryan, he has no views anymore. Well,
I don't think
the
Ryan
reason I'm
has the money that
posting
he puts on that he has.
is because of what Ryan did. Just so you know, okay? And I'm not going to stop posting until he fucking undoes it.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan is as monetarily successful as he portrays himself to be.
Nah, you're wrong. He's
Simply
fucking,
because
he's
well,
probably
he's only
rolling.
worth he's only
Did you hear
probably
that,
rolling
Cliff?
200 grand a month in.
Did
his
you hear
net
that,
worth
Cliff?
is only $5 million, and when it comes to the music industry, that's not a lot of money.
Well, it's enough. It's
Yeah,
enough.
but it goes quick. When you're living the way he lives, it goes fast. Especially when you're not touring and making money. His records.
I don't know, man. He
that
buys
much
loyalty. He buys loyalty for $10 super
Yeah,
chats.
but his records aren't making that much money. He doesn't get any radio play. His records aren't making that much money. He does well for an independent artist.
If you guys want to see one of the most, if
he's
you
not
guys
making
want to
Michael
see
Jackson money.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
but
how much money do you
understand,
think he
it
makes?
don't have to be that way. He has a signed contract from Big Machine that is already signed by them. He just didn't sign it, hanging on his wall to remind everybody, if I'd have signed that, I'd be just as big as all these other fuckers on the radio.
Right. Yeah, but he didn't. And so I think there's something going on behind the scenes with it.
Well, yeah,
That's what I
drugs.
think.
That's what drugs. Can't you see his fucking eyeballs?
Well,
And I don't think
I'm
there's
gonna say
drugs, but I think
this:
there's more than that.
if that is what's going on, then yeah, you can blow through your money pretty quick. I'm not gonna speculate on his personal life. I don't know about that, but I will say this: that when it comes to there's no nice way to say this. If I get caught lying on the internet a whole hell of a bunch and shit blows up in my face, people are gonna start questioning everything I ever said or did.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest. At what point do you question shit from the past now? I hate to say it, but it's got to be said. At what point was Johnny Goble a character and not real beef? Does that make Lackerton or Leary not real beef? What about Durkee? What about? I mean, at what point is keeping it a buck? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't mean this to be disrespectful. I'm not. I'm just saying when you get caught up. Okay, let me say this. If you want to say that shit that everybody says it's content, bro, it's just entertainment, bro, it's content, bro. Okay, that's fine. But if you constantly portray yourself as keeping it a buck, all the way 100, keeping it real, keeping it real. In my experience, is the motherfucker that usually trying to convince you how real they are is usually the fakest motherfucker in the room, usually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now that we know that Ryan is incredible, how do we know all these stories he told about people he's had problems with in the past were credible? How do we know he told us the 100% truth about Katie Noel? How do we know he told us the 100%?
I have to call some of it into question now because I'll admit,
absolutely. And
I was on the Kool-Aid. I was on the fucking Kool-Aid for a while. Now I would have never sold my dignity out like Power Stroke and father and son reactions, I would have never sold my dignity out. But
know
I
what,
was a
man?
big fan, and I tended to believe him unless I had a reason not to.
Right.
You know,
And that's
now
fair.
I got a
Now he's
massive
giving you a
reason not
reason.
to. And now I see that what he's willing to do to this family just to prove to crack squad he's right. And he doesn't give a living fuck how bad this fucking
How
family
many of
from
you
Ukraine
people have listened?
suffers. He is a piece of shit for that.
How many of you people have listened to his breakup phone call with Katie Noel?
Well, listen, I know what happened with that. I don't want to discuss it.
Well,
I talked
but
about
here's
it
the
the
thing.
other
did
day.
it last
A
Katie
grown
Noel
ass
is a
man
piece of
does
shit.
not
Two
talk
wrongs
to a
don't make a
woman that
right.
way.
Katie Noel did him damn dirty.
Well, we don't know that for a fact. We know his side of the
Yeah,
story,
there
and
was too
he's
many
not credible.
witnesses to it.
I will say this. I've never really spoke on the Katie thing, and even though they made that public, I have a rule about YouTube. I only speak on what's public knowledge. That was public knowledge. He put it out there, but I still haven't really
Let
spoke
me
on
just
it.
say this to you, okay? What kind of a person? One day they're moving in with you.
Yeah.
They get in bed with you.
Mm-hmm.
They
I get
leave
it.
without saying a fucking word.
Right.
You call them on the phone and say, why'd you leave? And they break up with you.
But you
And
know
when
what, though?
ask
A woman
why,
has the right
well, I'm
to
not
change her
finished.
mind at any
When
time.
you ask why, they
At any
record
time.
your reaction and upload it to social media. She had a motive. She didn't have to upload that to social media.
Maybe she was doing that to protect
was
herself.
genuine.
She knew how Ryan and his fans were going to be towards her.
Well,
Now
also,
there's
I gotta
evidence of
say
that.
this though, man. If
Maybe
that
she
was
was getting after
manufactured
property.
drama, that's risky as fuck, bro.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
That's not like some Johnny Goble shit or some Durkee's retarded ass. That's not some Lacker Thin O'Leary shit. That is some shit that'll get you seriously
Well,
incarcerated.
you know what? I don't want to go
So,
into these specifics about any of his past interactions with other people because I'm not in the room and I don't know. But my point is,
I
he
agree.
has now
call
proved
it into
himself to
question.
be not credible. If we
Right.
were in a courtroom, once he perjured himself, the rest of his testimony would be stricken.
Dude, I use that example all the time, man. That once I catch you, like, I don't care that you stole
He's
20
not
bucks. If
credible
there's 50
anymore.
bucks missing from the register, I'm blaming you for the other 32. You lying
Facts.
bitch.
Facts.
I mean, that's the byproduct of being a thief, dude. I don't
Facts.
know what to
That's
tell
the way
you.
it goes. If he was in a
Oops, somebody here. There you are. I don't know what happened. That was weird.
But I mean, so again, I'm not by any means saying that everything he's ever said is not true. I'm not.
No,
I'm
you
just,
can't. But I'm
you
just
know,
saying you can question it now because his
yeah.
credibility's gone. I
You
get
know,
you. Yeah,
he's never
absolutely.
given me a reason to doubt him. And like I said, the Katie Noel thing, I don't
assumed
doubt
he
him.
would be lie about something till now. Now,
The
know he
Nicole
will
Arbor
definitely
thing.
lie, and I know that he will definitely sit by while someone's being hurt on his behalf to keep from having to say he was wrong.
Hold on, Psycho. Do you think he's lying or do you think he actually believes it? Do you get what I'm
Well, he
saying?
believed that shit. He was on dope and he was chasing links and he
Like,
believed it was all real
I
at
don't-
the time. But you ain't going to tell me he don't know better now.
It's like when you take that long
So
sleep
now's
for a
the
good
time to
day.
say, crack squad, I was wrong. Leave this lady and her family alone.
Has anybody ever done something really drunk and woke up and been like, "What the fuck
No
did I
kidding.
just
Yeah,
do
like wrecking your
yesterday?"
fucking
Like,
car.
Well, here's the thing, too.
Seen the whole right side of your car tore up.
I almost think that in the beginning, I didn't want to be one of the ones that jumped on he's trying to, he's got a new single drop and he's got look, man, middle-aged grandmothers of 5 ain't exactly his targeted demographic. It's just not. It's not mine either. So I don't see where he gains a lot from that. So I never really believed it was a troll or it was a media hype thing. The more I've watched it, I think it's kind of a troll of maybe the true crime community, kind of fucking with them a little bit, going, look how gullible you fucking idiots are. I got 15,000 people in my chat believing a bunch of YouTubers are doing, whatever nefarious shit. And everybody bought it. Now, I think that could be a troll. I think him mocking that true crime community, y'all a bunch of internet sleuths and y'all look foolish right now. I think that's possible.
Could it
be look at me, let's see how far I can take this. I can't be touched. I can say whatever I want. I'm a badass. Since he isn't a street rapper, is that how he gets his cred, by pushing the limits to the
Hey, you
absolute?
look so much cooler online.
Let me tell you the comment that turned me. Okay. I remember when he had like 2,000 subscribers. Okay.
Damn, you have been running well.
I saw his shit grow because of his fans. And when he looked into that camera and says, "You think I give a fuck about this fucking YouTube? Fuck you. You don't like what I'm fucking doing? Unsubscribe and fuck off." That's the one that turned me right there, because he wouldn't be nowhere without his fans like me. Uncle Will has never bought one fucking dime of Ryan Upchurch's shit.
Hold on, tell me the thing
Guys
about
like me are the ones that buy. Guys like me are the ones that paid for shit.
Hold on, Psycho. I just found Uncle Will's station on this. What's the story about him chasing him around Panama? Did he go to Panama?
Yeah, God, it was a sickening.
See, I don't know anything about that. I always liked Will. I don't know the story with that. He's always been
Ryan
super
went
nice
down
to
to
me.
Panama on vacation. It's 2 hours from where Uncle Will was. And Uncle Will had it in his head that Ryan would be all down with hooking up with him. And he went running and chasing after him. And Ryan just kept fucking avoiding him. Boom, boom, boom. Everywhere Uncle Will showed up, Ryan was gone 2 minutes before he got there.
Oh, so like he never met up with him.
13-year-old girl chasing Justin Bieber.
He's like, fuck this creepy old man.
Yeah.
Did he
It was
just know
fucking
from
pathetic.
YouTube, or how did he even know him?
He was uploading videos the whole time.
So it's just YouTube, just like.
Yeah, it was sad, man. It was
I
like,
mean, here's another problem I see for that little crew over there, and I hate to say it because some of them are friends of mine, but the problem that little side of the internet's going to have trouble selling, at least with me, because I'm going to point it out, and that is the fact that the moment the Johnny, because most of these channels were built off the backs of the Johnny Goble drama. You had the Durkeyverse, people that were built off of that. You had the Lackerton or Leary channels that were built off of that. Now you got the Goble Nation people that were built off of that.
but Johnny Goble asked for it, though.
Oh, no, absolutely, absolutely. But they built these channels off of this guy, attacking the shit out of him. They all kind of came up off of it. Now, the moment that the chief, flips the script and says we're done fighting with Goble, all of a sudden, now they all flip. Like, all of a sudden, everybody's asking for forgiveness and apologizing.
That Patty Lynn would be part
That's
of
weird
Goble Nation.
That's weird.
The last video I saw, they were saying that he was hitting up Ryan's little sister. That all of his messages are
Here's
sex.
what no character sounds like. You want to hear what no character sounds like? Johnny Goble made one fucking video dogging me, and Patty says, "We're friends now. That's why I've been on his podcast, because we're friends now." One fucking video.
And that is the one thing
forgave all the shit he did.
That's the one thing that makes me question, how can it be a troll? Unless you are literally pissing in the face of your own fan base and calling them idiots to their face.
Holy shit. How you doing? We got Sharon Davis. She says, "I finally caught alive. It's 4 p.m. here at New Zealand. I'll tell you what, dear, I will do what is your ring out down here at the bottom? When is an ideal time for you to watch? And I'll schedule one for you to watch at your prime time. Just let me know. Ring out down there. Let me know."
When all the Democrats,
New Zealand,
when
how you doing? I did one rock show in Amsterdam with the Gods. We flew in, did the show, and flew out. I didn't even get to go down the red light district or nothing like I wanted to. Pissed me off, but we were in and out. But it was cool.
When all the super leftoid, the View women and everybody was leaving the States when Trump won, I remember saying to myself, if Biden wins in 2020, I'm leaving my damn self. I'm going to New Zealand. That was where I picked. I said, if I ever leave the States, I'm going to New Zealand. I don't know why, but in my mind, New Zealand, everything looks like The Hobbit. I'm sure that's probably bullshit, but in my mind, everything looks like Rivendell.
The weird thing is Ryan's getting more subscribers, and like she said, all the way down there, they're hearing about this. So there is such a thing about bad press being good press.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, drama sells, man.
Especially on the internet.
Ryan is in the chat. Let him on. Let him speak for himself.
Somebody pretending to be him. He ain't got
I
the
checked
guts
that out.
to come
That's
in.
not Ryan.
He ain't got the guts to come in and face his real fans.
I mean, this church.
Rhino face is his fucking nutsuckers.
Well, then let him in. Let him in. I'm pretty sure he'd show his face.
That's not him. I already checked the account.
You don't think that's him?
No, church has a great check mark.
Yeah.
Once you get to that, once you get to that status, you got the gray check mark next to your name.
I mean, it's the same picture that's on his.
Listen,
he's been trolling people
I could go get your picture, man, and put it on my profile.
Y'all
Church was in here the other live. Church was in here the other live. You'll see a check mark.
Picture.
Yeah, he's been in here before, and actually, I don't even think Psycho's noticed it, but he's been in here.
I saw him.
Look, man, I tiptoed around him in the beginning. I did
How can you do that? How can you like take his picture like from his verified
people do it all the time.
Just as easy as saying right-click save.
Yeah. I can make an account just like yours.
Yeah, you can go to the page right now, right-click on any picture on the internet you want, and say save as. Now you have
it. You can put it in your YouTube profile.
And they won't say a word about it.
Yeah, I could change mine to his mom right now if I wanted to.
That's actually what the gray check mark's about. That's where the blue check marks on Twitter came about. Was the whole verified thing.
Check mark says this is the real one.
What's the gray one?
The gray one's just what YouTube uses in the chat.
Yeah, it's
like I got friends of mine that got gray check marks that they come and what we call it.
That. Mr. Smith says Ryan took the police with him to meet Johnny Gobble. Well, they were supposed to like do a legally boxing thing.
I think that was a show.
It was.
Johnny Gobble ran, man. Johnny Gobble blew the horn and took off.
Go back to these last two videos.
I think it was a show.
I started to clip
actually get a ticket.
Can I talk?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I just want to know why nobody's talking about. Okay, so here, let me ask you a question. What's Exanime's business for?
What?
What's Exanime's business about? Because Icked Mail and Tony both follow that business for over a year.
You're wrong about that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've already got the information on it.
You did not see she's in the fucking military. She ain't got time to play with
National Guard.
She's been active duty for 19
She's a
goddamn
National
years.
Guard.
She's been busy getting her family out of Ukraine. Settle down.
No. That's what her. Hey, listen. Shut up for a second. Let me talk to you. That's what her business is for. She's illegally smuggling Ukrainians here.
Oh my God, dude, you gotta go. You're just fucking.
Yeah, I bet I gotta go. Yeah, everybody, look up her business.
We watched it tonight.
She said that she got them here illegally.
We watched her business tonight.
Refugee equals illegal.
That none of us really know anything to.
I've got the information on her business, and I also know Icked Mail and Tony have been following it, bro.
Dude,
what did he say? What was that last thing
you
he said?
You got to quit believing everything Ryan tells you. Okay, I'm going to talk to you, and if you want to listen, you listen. I checked that out extensively. They are not connected in any way, shape, and or form. I've talked to Xanime's mother on the phone. She called my podcast in tears, begging you fuckheads to leave them alone. You wouldn't have her name in your mouth.
But can I
have her name in your mouth? But
no, I agree. He shouldn't come on. No one should come on here state anything
and
like
we just watched Xanime's business 4 times decorated, 2-time war, full-time Nassau. She ain't got time for your fucked up games.
I didn't even hear what the last thing he said. Something about Icked Mail.
She's connected to Icked Mail and Ronnie Jones, and they're smuggling people out of Ukraine.
Do you know how much?
Do you think Nassau does background checks, everybody?
I don't
maybe just fucking maybe you'd have to pass a
background check. I don't think she's smuggling people or anything like that. I'm not.
What do you got to say for yourself?
Oh, I'm back now. You put me back in. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you what I got to say about myself.
Shut you up, make you listen.
But
yeah, exactly. So you finally shut your fucking mouth for one.
See, that's the problem. Everyone needs to give everyone be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to hear what people are saying and what they're trying to say.
At this point, anybody that's saying she's not military and that she's connected to this child or anything illegal with the credentials that woman has. The years of service she has put in, the fucking medals and decorations she has, and you're still going to chase these ridiculous ghosts?
No, I'm not saying any of that. No, but I'm saying like someone coming back at you and being like, "Oh, fuck you." Look.
Oh, I know. They're all. You don't understand. They're juvenile. These are like 12, 13-year-olds.
You put all that garbage in your mouth. Whatever point you're trying to make, it's going to be lost in your emotion and in your, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
Amen.
say what you have to say without insulting people, calling people names. Like if you have some facts about something, say it. If someone disagrees with you, you don't be like, "Oh, you fucking piece of garbage."
No, I agree with you, ma'am. Listen, with
Check
that
this.
guy,
I want you to check out this.
Preach.
Here's another thing that
then no
Zaname's
one-
dealing with because
then
of
no
Ryan
one is
Upchurch.
going to listen to what you have to say. Whatever you have to say is going to be lost in your insults.
There's a guy named Patrick Patterson. That decided he would post a picture of Zaname's family business with Zaname's sister.
I'm not defending
calling
any
her
of
a different name and accusing her again of stolen valor and all that.
Psycho,
So
listen.
everybody go let Patrick Patterson
I'm not
know.
defending any of that. What my whole point is like two rights don't make it wrong. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, and please don't call me a crackhead or crack squad because I'm not. I'm Switzerland. You get me? Yes, I like Ryan. I think he's a good dude. I don't think his mother is a dope head. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying is
Preach.
the best way to get what you're trying to say across is to say it open and honest. We don't have to. If I don't agree with you, I shouldn't call his mother a crackhead. She's got a
No. That don't work on these people. You can't be nice to these
you're
people.
calling his mom a crackhead. Nice.
I didn't call his. I think moms and children are.
You're worried about people talking about Zanmay.
With the pigs.
His mother is no different, Mr. Babel.
Okay, so
Sorry
you're
about that.
I'm saying that, like, if you have a legitimate point and a stance, there's nothing wrong with that. But
when you show that a woman is a 4-time decorated soldier,
she's
got an ABC documentary that rode with her and her troop.
I disagreed with
She's got uniforms on with every
Doesn't make her any better than Ryan's mom. Ryan's mom is still a woman.
She's currently employed
and a
at
mother.
I'm not going to listen to
What all
somebody
things
tell me
has
she's
she
not
done
military.
that you don't
And if they
know?
tell me she's not military, I'm going to treat them like a fucking infantile idiot.
Okay. Well, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is it lies
You're
on
wasting your time, ma'am. I'm not going to be nice to these people. Just save it. Not going to happen.
I'm not telling
I'm
you
going
to
to
be
fucking
nice.
pound the fuck out of them till they leave this woman alone.
Fuck Crack Squad.
I'm not telling
And
you.
if that
to be
means I
nice.
got to humiliate the shit out of them, I'm going to humiliate them. Every one of them. I'm going to dox them. I'm going to humiliate them. I'm going to shit in their front yard. I'm going to shit in the gas tank of their car. I'm going to fucking break the windshield wipers off their fucking welfare wagons. I'm going to do it all.
Why are you so
Says
mad?
welfare wagons.
I haven't
Says
said any of
welfare
those
wagons.
things.
When I decide to do something, I go 110%.
Okay, but what I'm saying
It's
is
funny,
you
dude.
put your words across.
I don't want to hear what
Dude,
they have to say when
they're
those
going after a
conversations
female
starts that she's
veteran,
not in the
man.
military. I have no desire to listen to a single word of what they got to say.
Yeah.
They have nothing of importance to say.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you had to hear what
Then
they
why
had
are
to
you
say.
telling me to be nice to them? I'm not going to be nice to these fucking degenerate bastards.
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth. What I'm saying is if you want people to hear what you have to say.
There's plenty of people hearing what I got to say. Just fine, ma'am. Plenty of people hearing it.
On a lighthearted note,
Shut up anytime soon. Every day, Ryan Upchurch. Every single fucking day.
You're being
I'm
meaner to this
jumping up
woman
and
than
down
Ryan
on your
Upchurch
fucking
ever
neck
was to
till you undo
Zanmay.
what you
You
did
need to
these
stop
people.
being mean to that woman.
Maybe Ryan should not be so mean to a girl in the military. Then I could stop.
I saw Zanime on 2 podcasts.
Just because she's military doesn't make her better than everybody else. You're being mean to this woman and you're mistreating Ryan's mother.
hey, you know,
That's how he treated me the other night on the podcast too.
Any fucking idea that
You need to be respectful of women there,
Any
Babel.
idea that what Ryan Upchurch is
Doesn't
doing
matter
to
if she's
her-
military.
Why, hey, D, why doesn't Ryan be respectful to women? Why don't you go tell Ryan that?
Why don't you go tell Ryan
He
to
was
be
calling
respectful
a
to
dead
women?
girl fake, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
Why don't everybody
Why
just
don't
be
you go to
respectful
Ryan
of women?
Upchurch's page and tell him to be
Why don't you
respectful
go
to
over there
women?
on
Huh?
his fucking page and tell him that he's the one
Hey,
disrespecting
Psycho Babel.
women, calling them
The
whores
woman
and
in the
shit.
middle is being respectful. You don't have to be disrespectful to her. You just got to be disrespectful to every woman.
100%.
Disrespectful to every woman because Ryan is. You don't have to disrespect Ryan's mother because Ryan was disrespectful to somebody.
Ryan's mother came online and defended what he did, and then tried to slander me and my
Just because
wife.
the lady in the middle is being completely reasonable and you were treating her like crap.
Golly, are you
Maybe
gonna cry now?
Well, I'm not going to cry
Look,
about
man, like you're acting like you're 12 years old, like doing the crime. That doesn't bother me, buddy.
I mean, it seems like they solved it because she's still on the paying of toxic
Somebody
fine.
from
So.
Crack Squad.
out.
Hearing somebody from Crack Squad tell somebody they're acting like they're 12 is about as bad as Ryan's mom saying, "Me and my son are just here for the women."
But you're putting
We're here
words
for the women.
in
We
his
got to
mouth
treat the
and
women
you're
with respect.
insinuating things.
Right
I'm not
after
being
Ryan got done calling a
I'm not
three-time
being
war vet
disrespectful. Oh my God. Okay, dude, get off the loop. Okay. I mean, Jesus.
I mean, if
That
you're in here
fucking
white
D
night
guy
for Crack
sounded
Squad,
Do
it's
you
time
even
for you to
know
go.
Hey,
Is that what you're here
Psychobabble.
for? Yo.
Hey, can I say something here? All these people that are sitting there questioning everything about Xaname's military service, there's an easy solution. Go to Don Shipley's YouTube page. He is a retired Navy SEAL, and he exposes anyone that is a fake military person, and he will get to the bottom of it. I mean, they don't have to question it, but they won't do it.
We don't need to. We just saw a guy in the
Yeah,
military.
we pretty much just did it.
We just saw a guy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he will expose anyone that's a fake Navy SEAL or retired military. It's ridiculous.
Stop. We just watched a guy in the military read her entire motherfucking record. Don't need it no more. Done.
And like that was kind of my thing, man, is I never questioned the fact she was military. I questioned the fact of God Almighty, dude. She has been busting ass since she was old enough to hold a pencil. Like the time window was so small to have multiple degrees, 20 years in the military.
Woman, I don't feel disrespected here, and that's because she's not here to defend Crack Squad. If you're here to defend Crack Squad, I'm gonna humiliate the fuck out of you.
I wasn't defending anyone. I was just saying let's all be
nice to him because if we just all get along and we're nice. Well, what do you fucking do to people that are fucking trolling this woman's little sister now? I ain't got time to be nice.
I'm not doing that.
I ain't going. I didn't say you were. If
Okay.
you're trying to fucking telling me what to do on my own podcast, kiss my ass.
What to do?
Kiss my ass.
Well,
If you don't like what I got to say here, one
You're
click
telling
away.
everybody
Get him,
what to
OG
do.
Babble. Get him.
He's not talking to you,
Fucking
lady.
done, man. I'm not
You're
playing. I
telling
didn't start
everyone
this to
else
be
what to
nice.
do. You're
The
trying to tell
goal here isn't to make friends. The goal here isn't to be nice. The goal is I'm going to chase Ryan Upchurch the fuck off the internet if he doesn't undo what he did to this family.
What to do, but no one else can say be respectful.
Oh, just be respectful. That's all. If you could just fucking be respectful, go to Ryan's page and preach it.
Oh shit, he
Just
went
when
off.
a girl on YouTube messages about Viagra.
Man, you've lost.
It's a fake.
It's
It
over.
wasn't a real girl.
Ma'am,
Oh,
Goodness,
ma'am, take
what's
that.
wrong with y'all?
You putting words in my mouth.
Jesus fucking Christ. Another
Only
one
said
don't even
5
know what
words.
sarcasm is.
I think it's funny that they can come over here and do that, but they won't tell
They
Ryan.
won't go to Ryan's page and say,
Yeah.
Ryan, what you're doing to this woman and her family's terrible.
They
Ain't a
treat us
one of
like
them
we're
will
the
do it.
devils.
Or a dead kid.
Yeah, we're the devils on this page, right? All you guys watching.
Yeah, the
But
people that's saying what he's doing's wrong, we're the bad guys.
We're the bad guys, right?
Hey, they're giving the internet
Hey,
blowjobs.
Babble, I got a question for you, man. Who was that guy in here with the D? He said Patty Lynn was his mama.
I don't care what he says.
He said
They
you're
deserve
making
it.
fun of my
They
mom.
deserve it. She came on here and defended what her son done to these people. She defended it.
It was like a mice and men motherfucker.
She went right. She dropped right down in the mud with him, so she can lay there in the mud with him.
And see, I will say that I actually do kind of. That's half the reason I've kind of somewhat been on the outskirts of the true crime community. Because me personally, my mama subbed to my shit. There's no real way to attack a middle-aged grandmother and make that shit look cool. It's just not going to age well. So I kind of try to tone my shit down over there a little bit. And so I don't generally go after moms, wives, or kids. But I will say this. If you have a YouTube channel and your wife or somebody chimes in and gets involved, that's a little different to me. That's reasonable expectation at that point. If you get in a ring, then you got to somewhat expect to take a shot every now and then. I personally try to refrain from doing it, but I mean, yeah, I can't knock people for doing it. I mean, if you're gonna get involved in somebody else's shit, be it your wife, your mom, your brother, I mean, it's gonna happen, man. I mean, it's just reasonable to expect. Agree with it, don't agree with it, don't matter.
I
It's gonna
think
happen.
we got a new
My mom's
mystery.
70 years old, man, and she wouldn't back up anything. Like if I started questioning a military soldier like that and question a 16-year-old dead girl and slandering her family, she's not going to back me up.
Oh, my mama the same way. My mama does
house.
not think. My mama does not think gangbang has anything to do with rape. I assure you of that. But even my mother said, "Why the hell is Ryan Upchurch got a clip of you talking about a gangbang on his channel? Please explain this to me before anybody else in our family sees this." I said, "Long story, Mom. Unsub. It's gonna get really weird." I said, "Unsub, Mama."
It's just
Hey, but you heard what you just said right there?
Fortnite
You said
God. How are we doing?
asked because of Ryan, and Ryan
What
was
up,
trying to
though?
say, oh, if you look up GB, it's going to bring up Tony's channel and stuff. But yet,
Well, he
here
runs
it
an
is.
adult podcast. He's loud.
His
He's an adult.
no. But what I'm saying is, he just said that his mom found out because of Ryan, because Ryan was talking about it, and Ryan put a video up of him. So really, Ryan, it's coming back on Ryan. Like he's.
Hey, Babel, did you? I know you don't like talking about Tony Dodge too much, but did you see the troll he put out on his community page about burying bodies? It was so funny. He put it on his community page. It said, "When you bury bodies, make sure you plant endangered plants." And he said, "Call me tonight for more gardening tips."
Although, just while I'm thinking about it, to make sure before I title, I was actually scheduling my live for tomorrow night. And, of course, the title will have something to do with Bangate. Just be prepared for that. And so I wanted to see what would happen if I put that as my title. Is YouTube going to give me any shit about that? So for anybody who thinks that means what somebody said it means, feel free to just type that word in on YouTube all by itself and hit enter and see what you get.
You're
gonna get a Wiz. You're gonna get a Wiz.
It's just a
Wiz Khalifa.
grasping at straws.
Wiz Khalifa got a song called "Gangbang," and then there's about 1,400 other videos that come up titled "Gangbang."
The most popular sex act among consenting adults and porn. Every one of them jacked off to it. Every one of them, even the women, have rubbed one out to it.
It did say
for
that.
YouTube, put the A's as the
frequent
A's
guilty.
for the gangbang.
And if Tony wants to have an adult podcast at night for adults to come and laugh and joke about adult stuff, hey, more power to him.
I mean, look,
you don't
want
like
to say
it, don't
that,
watch it. That's a really simple solution.
That's kind of where I'm at. You want to say that maybe I go too far sometimes. There's a little off color or all that's fair. That's legal. You may be right. I've said some crude shit in my day on the internet. I don't feel that it's any different than going and seeing a stand-up comic. I don't feel it's any different than shit you see on Netflix. I don't feel it's any different. I mean,
when
maybe
we stop, knowing how to laugh at stuff.
It just all comes down to when it starts to affect people and they're not consenting. That's just what it comes down to. Like you can say do whatever you want,
ridiculous
but when it hurts
when
other people,
Ryan, anytime that anyone disagrees with him, that he started accusing them of being a pedophile, like he did with Psychobabble, his fans, and he went after Johnny Gobble. Just anyone that disagrees with him, he starts calling him a pedophile. I mean, which is the worst for worst?
The one that brought sex into this, all of it. He's the one that started calling Tony a pedophile and Zanime.
Now that is a valid point.
That's what I was saying earlier about how Johnny Gobble. He was saying he went to his sister's text messages, and Johnny always talks about sexual things, and that's what the whole thing. That's what I was saying a long time ago. He's always said this. He's always talked about people being pedophiles. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I defended Johnny because the fact that there was no proof that he was a pedophile. I mean,
I don't know where
there's one thing. I mean, you can't just accuse someone of being a pedophile. I mean, that's the worst of the worst. I mean, a guy goes to prison. He's accused of being a pedophile. I mean, if he's a pedophile, he gets what's coming to him. But
he's done.
If he's not, I mean, that's
exactly.
screwed up.
That's like accusing somebody of being racist.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's the internet version of racist. When people call me, I do a lot of political content. when somebody calls me a racist or a Nazi in the comment section, I just assume I won the argument, that we're done here. And
Exactly.
it's kind of the same thing with the P word at this point, that nowadays it's just an internet death sentence. If I don't like you, I know that I can throw this accusation out there, and even if there's no founded, basis to it whatsoever, it forever casts that shadow of doubt. And it's just a pump
If you're a
man. It's kind of
pedophile,
shitty.
I mean, you get what you got coming to you. If you're a pedophile, you go to prison. I mean, hey, man, let them get you.
Oh, you're
you know,
done
I'm
for.
all for it.
You're
But if you're
done
not,
for.
that's
it's
the
never
worst damn
you're a
thing you can be
pedophile
accused of. You
because
know, I mean, you don't just go accusing and throwing that shit around, or a woman accusing a man
But
of raping her when he didn't. You know, it's the same thing.
It
they
does
never
beg the
go, you're a
question.
pedophile because, and this information, they go, you're a pedophile because you look like one, or just some bullshit like
Or
that.
because you disagree with me. That's what Ryan's, MO is you disagree with me, all of a sudden he starts sticking his fans on you. He's a pedophile, you know?
Well, that Johnny Goble shit came from a cast of lackluster characters anyway. I mean, I know most of them, and let's just cut the shit. They were all stabbing each other as quick as possible. I mean, it got grimy as shit. People were just making shit up to basically have content to stay. Same thing you're seeing now. Is this way it gave them probable cause to tag church and everything they could to garner more views. So they were like little worker bees. Everybody was going out and attacking Johnny.
I mean,
in the name
honestly,
of
I
Ryan.
thought Johnny was a dumbass to begin with,
Oh, he's still a
but
dumbass.
the fact of someone being accused of being a pedophile and there's no proof of it, I got to stand up for it. That's what's right. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I can't ride with somebody being called a pedophile when there's no proof of it.
Right.
You know, that's just that ain't cool, you know.
But to the gangbang thing, it does raise the question, and I used to argue this with people also in the kind of political arena that, once Trump had been kicked from every damn major social media platform, people would still call him divisive. And I thought to myself, okay, now here's a guy that's basically screaming out into the abyss of a parking lot somewhere. Nobody can see him. Nobody can hear him. He's not on Twitter. So it kind of begs the question of that old saying about if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to see it, doesn't make a sound. In other words, I've got 10 subscribers. If I say gangbang and nobody hears about it, or I whisper some foul shit to say, I tell up church something really fucked up. Nobody hears it when I say it. But if you take it in front of your audience and your magic microphone of 3 million, who's really spreading the gas fire here, you or me at this point?
No
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a fair question. I'm not saying that's on him. I'm just saying I think that's a fair question when somebody like me has a little bitty reach and somebody, bigger than me has got 100 million times the reach that I do. If I'm over here in my little corner talking to myself, who really gives a shit? Does it need to have 400 channels spotlighted? Because if that's the case, I mean, aren't you kind of just as bad about spreading the gas fire as I am? I just said it. You magnified it. So I don't know, man. YouTube's a bad business model. It really is. I mean,
social media in general has just screwed up our whole society. I mean, it wasn't like it's like Psycho Bible said. I'm 46. I'm not as old as he is, but I mean, just bullshit that goes on wouldn't happen. In the 90s and 80s. I mean,
when we didn't like something, we just didn't watch it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
We didn't try to remove the opportunity for you to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to knock yourself out.
Crack Squad. Is that fake too?
What is this?
That's Xana May's certificate, military. She just texted it to me. There it is. It's on my community page. Go look at it. All you Crack Squad, fucking internet sleuths, everything's fake because Ryan Upchurch got stoned. Everything's fake. Kids fake. Parents
I certainly wasn't disagreeing with you earlier, Psycho Bab. I think Xana May has proven that she's military. My whole thing was if anyone really questions it is, I mean, Don Shipley is a retired Navy SEAL. That's what he does, is expose, stolen valor. And I mean, he has all the records to look all that shit up. I mean, he has a big YouTube channel. I mean, that's what he does. They could go to him, but they don't.
What she's sharing here is her fucking master's degree. So in addition to 19 years military, 2 times war, a small business owner, and working for NASA, she got a fucking 4-year master's degree, you cucks. 4-year master's degree in addition to. You ought to be ashamed of yourself,
like I said.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Patty Lynn, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Crack Squad.
Ain't no doubt about it. That's why I came right over here. I'm a mod over at that other channel, where they were doing the unveiling of some of this.
Oh,
And I had to come.
She says 2 year. Excuse me, 2 year degree.
I had to come right back over here because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, look, I never once denied she was military, but I was thinking, God Almighty, that's a hell of a workload between 18 and 38, 39. Jesus, I don't think I've known anybody that's never wasted that much time in their life.
When I left my house at 17, I worked full time in a Chevrolet dealership as a technician.
That's crazy.
And I
time
detailed
management.
cars for a used car dealer at night. And so I would get off work, pick up a car to detail, go home, detail it, take it back, get another one, take it home, wash it, let it dry overnight, and detail it before I went to work in the morning. And I did that for 5 years, nonstop. I never laid in my bed till 1 a.m. I was just fucking motivated, man. I had to make it. I wanted to own a home. I wanted to have a nice car. I wanted to have a boat. I wanted a dirt bike. I wanted a street bike. I wanted a fucking race car. I wanted a woman. I wanted it all.
I had all those things too, man. Up until about 10 minutes ago. Now come the 10th. If I don't raise another $5,000-$6,000, I'm a homeless son of a bitch come October the 10th. I'm not bullshitting about that. The other side of that story is called divorce. Yeah. And holy shit. My music career was doing pretty good up until COVID. And now it's kind of between COVID and vagina, it's been heavily derailed, man, the last 18 months. I'm cool. I'm cool to let the girl go. The girl's fine. I got the pig, and the pet pig was the coolest part of the marriage. But
Nathan says, if you're listening, Zanime, thank you for your service. We're all American heroes.
Hey, brother,
believe me,
best,
you got people that stand with you, and she sure does. I looked today, and it's 12,000 emails I've gotten.
Well, Rainey done said she's coming to the gangbang with me, so at least I'm not sleeping alone.
So if anybody's wondering why I've not been responding, they're a little tough to dig through.
The only thing Upchurch has right about Zanime is the start of her name. He must be popping Xanax like a motherfucker.
I set this Psychobabble Rap Gmail thing up when I started this podcast, so it was a brand new email. Yeah, and there's 12,000 emails in there.
Put that back up.
So some bitch weeding to.
Probably 90% of Crack Squad call
it. A bunch of them are Crack Squad. Bunch of them Crack Squad sending me their evidence that Callie's not real and Zanime's fake.
Hey, Psychobabble. Hey, did you see the picture that Ryan posted of the CRV of the girl in the back? If you look at it, it's a 2008 model. The back window is totally different on those models than a 2012, which you would know. But I looked at the picture, and you can tell clearly it's not a 2013.
No, that 2013, I can crawl right over that seat with ease.
Yeah, but the back window, the design, the shape is totally different.
Well, people tripped out about that seat thing.
The girl was supposed to be Callie.
Everybody's caught up on that strap hanging out the back.
Dude,
and that's just a pull strap. That 2013's got
it gets wallered out. It's a 10-year-old car.
Mm-hmm.
It gets wallered out. Not to mention
the pull strap's a loop when it's new, and somewhere along the line it breaks. One side breaks off, and now that pull strap that's a loop is just one long piece that's like 3 foot long, and it hangs out the damn gate when you shut it.
Well, mine was wallered out anyway. I never had a CRV, but mine was wallered out because I'd strapped my Yeti down in the back. Like, it was constantly pulled out, hold my cooler in place, so it wouldn't,
Crack Squad don't want to believe that. That's impossible.
As far as being in the
auto industry for 26 years. I mean, not as long as Psychobabble, but I mean, I think it's just ridiculous for these people that couldn't even change their own oil to sit there and try to argue with you. It's just ridiculous. Everything.
Well, the hatchback thing is kind of simply put to me a couple of ways too, and that is
they had a 4-hour debate on a fucking podcast if my garage is a shop or a garage. That's how fucking petty. It's like, well, I think they're the same thing. Isn't that the same thing?
Yeah, I think it's shopping and garage. One just has nicer doors.
Over to the shop over there and let them work on some cars and let's get some good laughs of some wives and try to actually do something in the car.
At home now.
If we can get the gangbang coalition to do a definition search, but just off the top of my head, I'm going to say the difference between shop and a garage is cleanliness and order of toolage. The floor. And which one's nicer?
Thrashing, though, let me tell you, I'm all for cleanliness. I always kept a clean shop, but let me tell you something. When you're thrashing and you're pounding through, sometimes you ain't got time for all that bullshit. You got to get it done. And sometimes I take on too much. I'll take on 4 cars in one day when I should have took on 3. And so, yeah, I thrash a little bit.
To the hatchback thing, I mean, that's basic common sense. There's 2 ways you can look at that. Number one, when that car rolls, the highest point of elevation, the last point of oxygen will be in the highest point, which will now be in the upside down part of that hatchback.
Exactly.
Which means,
there's
where your air pocket is.
Go away from where the water is. I mean, the flow of the water coming through the window is going to push you towards the back.
It's going to push you back. It's going to push you
and
back.
You're going to go
number
towards
2,
where, man, a panicked person is going to run to that. Where
they're going to go to the air, because every time a car flips, you got to think about this too. Every time a car rolls underwater, the air pocket moves, which means you have to fight it again in the dark.
Ryan Upchurch, truth be told, says, man, you sure were raised to treat women with respect. That's, I guess that's to Ryan, isn't it? Truth be told, or was you saying that to me? I'm confused.
Hey, Babel, I still find it crazy how Ryan has enough time to make a video about you, yet he sends his mom to confront you.
I know.
And he never comes to you face to face. Like, I still can't get over that, and how people are not calling that
Johnny
out.
Cashville.
As an artist,
and I just what I know about Johnny Cashville, just a little bit I've known him, and I think I'm a pretty good judge for character. I think Ryan Upchurch would be hard pressed to find somebody that would be more protective or loyal, because just my experience, the guys. Now, I've never seen the guy say anything shitty about him ever.
No, he hasn't. I've never heard him say anything to take up for him.
And Cashville, as a matter of fact, he knows. Okay, there you go. I forgot he's a mod here. Cashville talks to Tim, the military guy who just showed all his animation.
His comments when he's in here. Oh man, Ryan's a good dude. You can't say that about him. Don't say that. That's his comments in here. Go read them.
Cashflow, I think's a mod over there at Tim's with me too. Him and Tim, the military guy that just showed all his anime stuff, they talk every day. Like, they buddies. Cashville knows that guy Cashville knows him better than I do. And he says the same thing, that he's never heard Johnny speak an ill word about him. Now, look, man, was there a bad negotiation between them from a deal 10 years ago? Maybe. I mean, most managers try to come out a little bit.
Till just now.
Well, but that's what I was fixing to say.
Why was it okay till just now? So any notion that it's not a retaliation for what's going on is bullshit. If
it's just another petty, he would have done someone that comes against Ryan.
I mean, why now? Why all of a sudden, 6 years later, it's suddenly an issue? It's because you're mad at me, and he came on here and was a moderator, and you're thin-skinned wimp.
I mean,
wouldn't it be easier to just apologize, Ryan, and save face?
Dude, I can almost see
these Upchurch simps are just so pathetic. I mean, man, they'll go from Johnny Gobble as a pedophile to accepting him. That just shows how brainwashed they are. I mean, if the guy's a pedophile, why in the hell would you have something to do with him?
Right.
And then, all of a sudden, Psychobabble, he was cool, months ago, as long as he wasn't speaking up against Ryan. But then as soon as he does, he's a pedophile too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's always anybody
get a brain.
It's a horrible person.
But how can he say to like Gazer and Psychobabble? How can he say, if I see you in Tennessee, I'm gonna catch you at the chicken spot or whatever he said? But he won't even come on this fucking.
I'm
podcast.
coming to Tennessee next month, Ryan. Actually, wife and I are going on vacation. We're going down.
What up, Ty?
We're going. Hey, how you doing? We're going down to my sister's. To go on vacation in southern Tennessee. She's got a horse ranch down there. She just sold it. She still owns a home on that property. We're going down there to visit, and we're going to hang out on Broadway 2 nights in a row. I'm getting a hotel right in downtown Nashville. So if you feel like you need to come and find me, Ryan, I'll be around there. I'm not
hell holler at me. I'm only a couple hours probably. Damn.
I ain't afraid of you,
just
Ryan.
a quickie, sorry, Ty.
Tiniest little bit. Anybody that thinks that anybody that's up all night solving the equation to a triangle, I ain't fucking afraid of you. You're on fucking dope, and I'll defeat you like a child.
I'm not good at maths, but yeah, I could have figured that out in less time than it took him. It's just a quickie. I'm just on my way to bed. I was just wondering if anyone knew about the petition on change.org to get Ryan off of YouTube.
Oh, I don't know if that'll work.
Let me just say, the last time somebody said the words "on my way to bed" and quickie with an accent like that to me, I had a very 20 years.
Thought about a GD.
Let me tell you how stupid Crack Squad is.
Come here often. I'm
Crack Squad's too.
Don't tempt me. Wife can join in. We'll have an orgy and a gangbang.
She left. She left me the pig and took off.
And Viagra, don't mention that. Oh my God. That's so vulgar.
Yeah, it's only on every Facebook ad,
if
every
Ryan
12.
gets off the internet now, Crack Squad's going to blame Xaname. They're too dumb to know that their actions are what's going to get him kicked off because they're the ones that are out here being nasty to people. So they're too dumb to know it. So I don't want him kicked off the internet. I want him to fucking undo what he did. I want him to apologize and fucking tell this Crack Squad to leave her alone. That's what I want.
Yeah, because I will say that, dude. I am rapidly against the whole cancel culture thing.
No,
I mean, I don't want to see nothing happen to
he
the
was going
guy.
to get canceled, and he couldn't even appreciate that from me. Being a longtime fan, I'm watching him do this shit. I'm knowing that it's going to have some backlash, and I'm saying, Ryan, man, don't do this, dude. I don't want to see you get in trouble. And he tells me to fuck off.
I mean, dude,
I fucked off, all right.
At the end
I've
of the
got a
day,
new
man,
tagline for them: "Shit creek without a paddle," because that's exactly where they're going.
I don't see him bouncing back from this. The only loyals he's going to have are the Uncle Wills, and I wouldn't even.
Once he gets the majority of people really raising hell over all this, I mean, if Alex Jones couldn't overcome it with 30,000 YouTube or 30 million YouTube subscribers and 10 times the money as Ryan, Ryan's not overcoming.
Let me tell you something. Alex Jones only said it once.
yeah, and Alex Jones.
Fucking time.
Ultimately,
Alex Jones is talented as hell, and he's
I
funny.
think Alex Jones survives this. And here's your nuclear take. I don't think Alex Jones should have been hit for this. I don't. I know that's a
agree
statement.
either,
I have a problem in this country with. I get it's the law, and I understand how it works. But anytime you find me not guilty of a crime, but yet somehow I'm still civilly liable, at this point, it's more than fair to say OJ did it. I think we all agree to that. But to be acquitted and still hit for $100 million for something you did. Tommy Lee had a kid drown in his shut and locked pool and got in trouble for it. I mean, so now if you come and hang yourself in my yard and use my oak tree, that's somehow my fault. Get the fuck out of here. That's ridiculous.
Kara says, wow, Zan just hitting up every single YouTube creator. Hey, Kara, I'm going to help you out, honey. Ryan, if you're listening, there's a girl named Kara that has a crush on you. And she would like something from you. Like, could you send her a car, a computer?
Yeah, I was gonna say to Lorelai,
for a gangbang.
you can put conditions on it that she forever, for the rest of her life, must always agree with you, and she will accept that, and she'll probably sign it. But just once you got a girl out here's got a crush on you. She looks like she's 12. And up past her bedtime. But, yep, she's got a crush on you, Ryan. Froman. Kara Froman.
I love it, man. I say they're all trying to give Ryan internet blowjobs. It's hilarious how desperate they are for his attention.
Sitting there watching that power stroke, just sat there with Ryan's balls in his mouth, going.
Well, I guess the bottom line is when you have
just sucking on his balls, rolling him around on his chin, and then here comes father and son reaction. The boy sticks his tongue in Ryan's butt. And starts fucking licking, and then the dad gets up there and starts French kissing Ryan.
Well, I'm going to stop you there because I'm just on my way to bed and I don't want that image in my head. So I'm out of here, guys. I just wanted to see if you guys knew about the games.org. But good night. Love you all.
Hey, I love you too.
Love you, sweetheart. Go get some rest.
Hey, Saka.
Yeah, so look, here's the thing, man.
I know you've seen that movie Centipede.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're talking about the people with the balls and mouths and stuff, and before he made this mistake talking about his anime, you definitely would have been on his butthole with Centipede. Talking about
not really. I got too much integrity for that, buddy. I wouldn't blindly support anybody.
You used to.
I was a huge fan. That doesn't mean I blindly supported him.
Well, it's also back then.
All jokes aside, though, like when you're going calling everybody Crack Squad instead of Creek Squad,
like animated military or Crack Squad. If you
but it's not. But Brian's not the thing. Hold on, just listen respectfully. Like Creek Squad isn't just Ryan. Creek Squad. If you
I
ever,
didn't
if
say
you were
Creek
ever,
Squad. Whoa. Never said Creek Squad. Said Crack Squad.
but
There's
but
there's
the
two. There's Crack
insinuation you're
Squad
making.
and there's Creek
Well,
Squad.
you
Creek Squad are
want to
people
talk
like
about
But
me.
Creek
respect,
Squad
but
is
you don't have
Creek Squad is
respect
a
for a
group of
16-year-old
people,
dead
man.
girl
Creek
and her
Squad are people
family.
with integrity. Creek Squad is people that treat people in the military with respect. Creek Squad is people that would help poor people, not bully them off the internet and make fun of them. Creek Squad
Yeah,
are good fucking people.
but you're doing
Crack Squad are the kind
you're
of people
literally
that
doing.
slam
Creek
people
Squad
in the
is normal
military.
You're
people.
doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing that you're
Oh,
faulting
honey,
Ryan
you
for.
can't come
What?
in here
He's
right
calling
night and
out his
it's not gonna
brothers that
work.
are
You
wrong.
guys look like assholes.
How
No,
come you're so pissed off that he's calling out Ryan, but you want him to be respectful of Ryan, but you don't care that Ryan, goes to 16-year-old girls got the dead family,
Ryan does a lot of
a dead girl
bullshit.
and her family.
Ryan does a lot of
It's
bullshit, but at the
hardcore
same
MMA. You
time,
got a tab open.
But you're calling
I can't
Psychobabble out for
fix
calling
that
Ryan
tab.
out.
because he's stooping to his level or lower at this point.
But Ryan can piss on a 16-year-old dead girl's grave and say she's fake and say her family's fake. It's
I
all
say a lot of
all these
unpopular
YouTubers killed her.
I say unpopular
I've
shit because I'm
honestly seen
factually
Ryan
correct.
do worse and
Hey,
Psycho be right there and make
hardcore
up more of an.
MMA.
Psycho
You have
actually
a
called
admit that
Xanime
you
a
have a
bitch.
nasty echo because of it. You have to close all open tabs and
How much
only
I
longer
have
does that
no
just
open
mean?
tabs.
Admit that your fandom is getting the best of you, brother.
Did you hear it?
No, not at all. Not at all. I've been working in the music
I
business
hear
since
it like
like
a mofo.
1998.
You can't have speakers
I've
on.
met everybody.
How loyal you are to them.
That it's not a thing like that at all.
How do you feel about Ryan going after everyone that disagrees with him, calling him a pedo and a whore and everything else?
Psycho's called Xanime a bitch with his own mouth on this same exact stream.
Yeah, I believed him for about 10 minutes. Yeah. Then I went, oh shit, wait a minute. Ryan's lying to me for the first time.
But Ryan hasn't been running down that path at all. You're the one who keeps on like.
What are you talking about? He's
What
made a
the
fucking
fuck?
video trash mouthing that woman for every day for a goddamn month. What the fuck are you talking about? Get
Dude,
out
he's
of here, you
saying that
fucking
he's admitting that he did it, and he's saying that he was wrong. What else can he say? Ryan hasn't admitted he's wrong about anything.
Dude, listen to me, hardcore. Everybody shut up. You have a tab open or speakers on? One of the two. It's not going to work no matter how much you think it will. I promise you. You won't be heard. It's got a nasty echo. You must close all tabs, every tab. You can only have one tab open and no speakers. Must be headphones only. Now, closed all your tabs, didn't you? Let's see. Got them all closed? Nope.
Yeah, I still hear it.
Dude, you have to have speakers on or a tab open. You got to, man. Look at your browser. Make sure you don't have another tab open somewhere. One tab, only the stream.
Can't even hear him talk.
I'm trying to help you, brother. I really am. I'd like to have you on, but maybe leave and come back. You know what I mean? Like close your browser completely and then only open the stream and come back and see if that fixes it. It probably will. Of course, he ain't gonna believe me.
You cut him off, supposedly. You wouldn't let him talk. Even though everyone could hear an
I
echo.
can't believe he wants to come in here white knighting after watching Ryan trash this woman every day for damn near a month. You realize it was a month ago?
Mm-hmm. It's like people are living in two different realities.
It's like they're living in two completely different worlds. And then Crack Squad has been thrashing on this woman. Every podcast she's went on, she's been called stolen valor, a liar, a trafficker. She's had people pull up in her yard, take pictures of her car, take pictures of her house, troll her little sister, troll her fucking niece, troll her mom, troll her aunt. Who the hell are you talking about, dude?
Actually, let me say that. Please don't ever super chat
dealing
me.
facts here. Hey, how we doing? Must be WA. What's up, man?
It's WB. What's up, bro?
Hey, I guess it is a B. Excuse me, I'm going blind. I'm getting old.
No problem, man. No problem.
Man, you still got a nasty echo here. Bad. It's just undoable. I want to help you. I want to have you on, but I'm telling you, it's undoable, man. It's really bad.
Here's an easy fix, bro. Go smash your computer and buy a new one.
Yeah. They want to see themselves on the stream, I think. And
Well, it's also because when you tap the link, you have to open your YouTube back up. When you go to YouTube and you tap the link takes you to StreamYard, but it still leaves a secondary window open of YouTube in the background. So you have to then like hit that top little right square if you're on mobile.
Right.
And then go back and slide up or down or whatever kind of phone you got to close out basically you have to open YouTube to get the link and then close YouTube completely and just follow the link in your Chrome. Because mine does it now too. It used to not. Used to I could just pause YouTube, click the link, and then come on in. Nope, it doesn't on me now too.
Text Crack Squad, just so you know, she said she graciously accepted my apology. And I did it on a live stream in front. I think there was maybe 10K people in there. Yeah, I believed Ryan's bullshit for like 10 minutes, but then my IQ was above a 4, and I knew he was full of shit. Then I watched his live stream where he was manically chasing links to Ellen DeGeneres and a 30-year-old lady named Callie and fucking solving the equation of a triangle with pupils the size of fucking nickels. And then I knew, our boy has been had.
You hadn't heard nothing about it in a while, but old girl had been dating Ellen DeGeneres off and on for years. That wasn't a new thing. I mean, that had been going on for a while.
Like 2002 or something. I think 99 started dating, and 2002 is when it finally came out.
I don't know what he's got going on, but I want to have you on, but we can't deal with that echo. It's too crazy.
You know, it's crazy. We all praise Upchurch for being like independent and all that, but nobody's talking about this would never happen to a signed person under like Warner Brothers or nothing like that.
Done.
They would tell him to shut the fuck up.
I'd be having a fit. Well, see, we can at least agree there, Lorelai. We can agree on that. That if you remember, I used to be over on Dolly's a lot. I really liked him in the beginning, man, but he generally became everything he spoke out against. He became everything he spoke out against. Next thing you know, he's got a chat full of wrenches that are Molly Golightly and Bullhorn Betty and all these people, man, that he talked so much shit about. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But yeah, but somehow so much is goddamn 1,500 people in this chat. So what the fuck do I know? I guess. Groupthink.
I think Ryan's been going downhill for years. I mean, if you look at his views as far as his music, I mean, as far as an independent artist goes, I mean, look at Tom McDonald's views. He's an independent artist.
Tom McDonald ain't even to Upchurch level yet.
No, I mean, he gets 10 times the views, though. I mean, in 2 days, he does 2 million views.
Tom McDonald rivals him in many areas.
Tom McDonald has over 3 million subs. He has more subs than Ryan does.
That don't mean nothing. Ryan's got over 2 billion spins in 13 different countries.
Yeah, I know, but he's got like 2,000 videos. Tom has like 100 videos.
Right, I'm just telling you, he's not there yet. He's on his way, but he's not there yet.
I mean, but if you look at their recent stuff in the past year and a half, say, just go look at a Tom McDonald's video. When he drops a video, he does 3 million, 2 million in a week or two. Ryan isn't doing 1 million in a month now.
Down to
but Tom McDonald, with all due respect, I like the guy's music. He's a one-trick pony.
Well, I'm not even promoting Tom. I'm just saying as an independent artist. I'm saying Ryan is going downhill.
How many times can you say the same political message a different way in a song?
I think Upchurch is better than Tom McDonald musically. But I have to say, Tom McDonald has trumped everything that Upchurch is
because he's doing a political message. If
you're
it was just straight up rap, you wouldn't
but I
be
live in
into
reality. I don't go.
It's
I like
a political
this guy,
thing
so he's
that
better.
makes people agree.
You know,
when you have a political message, the entire right wing will swing your way. And
no, you're right. No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying, based off metrics, he does trend way more than Ryan.
Hip hop, rap. His rock is good. His pop music's good.
Oh no, I agree. No, I'm agreeing with you.
I mean, Tom looks more like a heavy metal guy. You know, he's not accepted like Ryan would be as far as the country hip hop thing. You know, I mean, but definitely his views. I mean, if you look at the views, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, Ryan is not even in the same ballpark as where Tom is right now when he dropped the track.
I'm not talking about who sounds better. I'm just talking about who's trending.
Just disagree. Tom McDonald is about a third the way of where Upchurch is, maybe. Not even a third yet.
I don't know. I've never looked at their total numbers, but I'll say even if he's a third, he's done it in miraculous time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't taking that away from him.
Well, and I think that's because even though you can say, okay, well, church does rap, country, rock, that appeals to a bigger, wider demographic. Sometimes 100% of a small pond is bigger than 12% of a big pond. And, I think that's part of it.
He says, Psychobabble sounds like a retarded Uncle Phil, like a Dr. Phil was a lowlife. Hey, let's do a poll. Do the people that are saying it's wrong to bully a woman in the military and her entire family sound stupid, or do the people that are defending it sound stupid? You know, come on, dude. Why would you even want to be on the side of that shit? Fucking bullying a female that never even knew who the fuck you were, didn't know your fucking name until you fucking attacked her. She never even knew Roundup Church existed.
Separate the art from the artist. The only time I will not separate the art from the artist is like Michael Rappaport, Robert De Niro, people who I've loved for years and years and years that now use their celebrity to ram their beliefs down my throat. Okay, if you're going to use your celebrity power to force me,
cancel everybody.
Absolutely. Okay, at that point, I'm not cool with it. But as a general rule, I can separate the art from the artist. And despite I may not agree with this situation, you can't take away. Church is a talented ass cat.
Oh, and there's no doubt
across the board. I mean, you can give the guy a ball of Play-Doh and he'll probably make you something cool. I mean, he's just he's a true artist.
Tom's success, when you look at Tom, I mean, he's done the political message that no one else will say, and it's gotten a huge pop
his
from
fucking
it.
niche, okay? You know,
But you can't deny he's a lyrical genius. I mean, the guy can rap.
It's a niche, and it's a fad, and it will wear thin.
I don't know. Tom's got bars, you know. I'm not using rap that much like you, but I mean, the guy is lyrical genius.
And when his country wears thin, he'll drop a rock album on you. And when his rock album wears thin, he'll drop a fucking hip hop on you. And when his hip hop's done, he'll drop some high D's on you. I mean,
overall talent, I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, Ryan can sing country, he can do the rap, he can do the rock. I mean, he's very talented. I mean, he's got a screwed up head, but I mean, he's got talent.
The entire world. And his got almost as much views as the original.
I genuinely love the guy.
Older people. For the older moms, you know what I mean, to get behind rap. It's the old moms rap where they turn on the fake news shit and they're listening to that with Tom McDonald. I mean, that's his market.
I like Tom. Don't get me wrong, I love his music. It's just, I'm telling you, it's a niche thing. I believe that's a huge part of the popularity. And once the political message wears thin, what are you going to carry it? And I could be wrong. Maybe he's got it, and I'm just a dumbass, but my opinion is when you start with this political thing, most of your followers are following you because they like your political message. Well, when you're done with your political message, is your talent good enough to keep them?
Well, you could tell by the tattoos.
We don't know that yet.
I will say this. Well, that Tom McDonald, this isn't like he's an overnight success. A lot of people see new artists and think they're an overnight success. This guy's been around 15, 20 years ago. He started out as a wrestler. He did a bunch of shit before he got there.
Videos, by the way.
His girlfriend was signed to Def Jam, is an artist.
Right.
She was signed for a while and it didn't pan out. So I think a lot of it's timing. Had Tom came in 10 years ago, obviously it didn't work. A lot of it's timing.
The fact that him and his girlfriend produce what they do, produced by themselves, is unbelievable.
The videos are amazing.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you can just look at Tom McDonald's face with the tattoos and everything and the braids. He obviously didn't come into the game with the intentions to rap about politics. He kind of got pushed into that corner, and now he's selling that gimmick. I hate to burst people's bubble that he believes this shit. I don't know.
But
man, y'all sleeping on Skit's Craven, man.
Yeah, I mean, so far,
I think he genuinely believes it because sadly enough, and this breaks my heart, but right now we live in an era in this country where most of your immigrants that come here care more about this country than we do sometimes.
Yeah,
and that's some sad shit.
I'm not using Ryan's name to get views. I'm using Ryan's name to bully him off the internet until he apologizes for what he done to this girl in the military and her refugee family. after he said this girl was fake and her parents faked it for the fucking GoFundMe money. So yeah, I'm going to use his name because I need to drag him until he stops fucking doing that and undoes it. So just to be clear, don't waste your time typing that. We know.
Hey, if Johnny Gobble's dumbass can get him off the internet for a little while, we can definitely do it.
But that to me was the hardest thing that Tom had to wash away, right? Wasn't the look, wasn't the hardest part for Tom to wash away was when somebody said, "Hey man, ain't that pro-America rapper Canadian as a mofo?" That's the part I thought was going to trip him up.
If Tom McDonald came out tomorrow and made a rap song supporting left-wing lunacy, half of his base would fucking bail.
Oh no, he's gone.
I mean, just like if
he's locked into a demographic now.
I think Adam Calhoun
anything anti-Republican, or he will lose half of his fan base in one shot.
He's teetered about as close as you can get with playing the black pill card.
He etched himself into a demographic that I'm afraid. Now I could be wrong, but I can tell you what I did.
When he dropped that straight white male shit, that shit was just hilarious.
We're opening for another act in Nashville. My wife and I went to there's a big hotel right across from the Opryland, and we went there and they were having a concert and the Dixie Chicks were opening for somebody and they started cramming their political shit down our throat after we paid $30 to get in there, and me and my wife just got up, fucking walked out. I didn't pay to hear your political opinion.
Well, if you remember, back when terrestrial radio was still a thing, when the Dixie Chicks went on that damn tangent, back before cancel culture was a thing and it had to be done organically, like through FM radio.
Yeah, this was like a year before that.
Yes, when Dixie Chicks went on that slam about W and said that they're embarrassed that the president's from Texas. Dude, every radio station across the country put out like big ass dumpsters and trash receptacles and had everybody come by and throw it. Oh, it nuked them. And now they're just the chicks. They got rid of the Dixie part.
Yeah, being woke. Just like Lady Antebellum's now Lady A, because Antebellum's racist or not.
Yeah, somehow offensive. It's like,
hey, how we doing, John? James.
It's just sad, man. It's sad that we live in such a tree-hugging PC.
I'm really worried for the country. You know, I've been through a lot of elections. You just don't realize there was a huge protest against the Vietnam War, but we didn't burn shit. You know, we had here's what happened.
Didn't run around torching Best Buy and Wendy's. Why not?
Right. Well, here's what happened. Guys from Vietnam brought good weed back. Okay. And a lot of people were smoking weed now that never smoked it before because it was readily available now. And how the government decided to handle that is they sprayed a chemical called paraquat on the weed.
I remember watching a thing about that.
Poison, and if you smoked it, it would make you sick. And all these fucking people were getting sick. So they had a big protest in downtown Washington, D.C. that was a protest against paraquat. And I went to it. I was 17 years old, and I went to it. And I saw Pat Benatar before she was ever discovered. She was playing there along with Little River Band on one stage. But there was like thousands of people there smoking weed. The whole fucking downtown of DC smelled like weed. You couldn't go nowhere and not smell weed. It was
probably
crazy.
The best DC ever smelled.
Yeah. And then 4 students were protesting at Kent State University here in Ohio.
Amen,
and
Lorla.
They shot him in the back. Our own National Guard shot him in the fucking back. And they were peacefully protesting. Yeah, it was a bad scene. There's a song about it called 4 Dead in Ohio.
Yeah, Neil Young.
Yeah, Neil Young song.
I still do an acoustic cover of that. Every now and then.
Hey, so I just had a quick question, if I can cut in.
Sure. Nixon coming.
So, did your son overdose before you found out you were a giant piece of shit, or how'd that work out?
I don't know. Did your mom?
No, hold the fuck up, bro. In any capacity, is that fucking cool? Really? I mean, that's just some faggoty ass shit to do, bro.
Yeah,
I don't give a
true.
fuck. I
Well,
mean,
just
you
goes
can
to show-
coddle the
see, that
shaft.
reflects on Ryan. That's Ryan's fan base.
Dude,
right
come on, man.
That's
I saw a
cracksquad.
comment today in another chat. I wasn't even gonna mention it. I saw one today. I don't know anything about that story. I don't know jack shit about it. I saw a comment today under a fucking video of the positivity gang. I'm gonna tell you right now. Next son of a bitch I see chanting fucking positive vibes, bro. Positive vibe gang. In my experiences, that's right up there with the guy telling you to keep it real. Usually the people that's constantly preaching positive vibes are the most asshole deep in drama than
Yep.
anybody you'll meet on the
And the
internet.
guys that are
It just,
bragging about how much money they got are usually the brokest.
yeah, super humble, right? And it bothers me that these people will say this shit, be asshole deep in drama, and what they really mean to say is they just don't want that shit to blow back on them. So just say I'm a pussy. That's cool. Just say I'm a pussy. Pussy will be fine.
Yeah, save yourself the trouble, man. You think that
And
really
just-
bothered me when you said that, dude? That didn't bother me in the least. It just made me think, you're just made me think, just what garbage,
Man, it just shows how sick these people are in the head
You're
to
never
sit there
gonna
and go
mount
after
any- you're just-
someone's dead son. I mean, a grieving person, just like Ryan went after that 16-year-old girl. I mean, the loss of a child.
Her parents.
But to go after your son and to try to go after you in that way is just shows there's no moral character whatsoever.
No.
You know,
And you think that doesn't reflect on Ryan. They're going around doing that to everybody that defends anime, and they think that don't reflect on Ryan. They're so dumb, they don't realize every time they do that, it makes him look bad.
I don't agree with YouTube's term of service at all. They are about as inconsistent as it gets. They do whatever the hell they want. They block who they want. That three strike rule my ass.
Was gay, if Zanime was a gay transsexual,
you can't call someone a retard, but you can go after their dead relatives.
By now. I'm
There
serious.
you go.
If she was a gay transsexual, Ryan Upchurch
Oh,
would be
buddy.
canceled.
Oh, buddy, that's the hat trick right there. If you're like, person of color, gay and trans, that's like the hat trick, bro. You're like invincible. You can just roam the earth, just picking fights and teabagging people's Happy Meals and shit. And they can't do shit about it. Like you're literally untouchable.
All right, guys.
But
Hey, it's heading to 1:30. I'm gonna cut her loose tonight. Appreciate everybody coming on, man. Thank you, guys. Have a
hey,
good
man,
day.
absolutely, brother.
All right. Hey, we'll see you again, man. We're not letting up. Not at all.
All right, brother.
buddy. Be
Take
good.
care.
Yep.
Later.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep. Thank you.